And we are here live with you this day, November 2nd. Hi, guys.
Oh, hi there. Nice to see you again.
Hello.
So, no initiative. We're back. Episode 3, Canonfire Diplomacy. We're gonna have a good time.
Oh, yeah, everything's going
I don't
great.
feel like
It's wonderful.
everything's
Things
going
have been going very well.
excellently.
Yeah, nobody's unconscious right now. Not a single person. Well,
No,
at zero
Totally
health.
fine.
At 0 health.
Between 0 and 4 people are potentially unconscious right now.
But so Izza, you bring up an interesting point that we should probably drill down on a little bit. What situation do we find ourselves in?
Fine, just chilling at home, you know.
Lena's doing fine.
That's not quite how I remember. I remember like
For
you're in
once.
a catacomb and you just fought this like Skull Knight guy with a scythe and he wrecked a lot of you.
No, I think we're at the
Onyx.
pub.
I don't recall that being a thing. Yeah, we're just vibing. We're good.
So-
We're good.
Only Ro and Lena remain standing. Ferris,
Who would have
Zeke,
thought? Who would have thought
Fallen,
we'd be
and
here?
Alika are all at 0, various states of incapacitation or dying. You're in this spooky arena space. There's organ music playing. Up on top of a dais is a pedestal with like an energy dome of "Don't fuck with me." The doctor learned that the hard way. Inside it is an iron eye. These grotesque abyssal iron spheres that are used to control the facilities of Valarith, the flying city we find ourselves in, and a big ominous spike floating down from, hanging down from above. And what we ended on was Lena grabbed Zake's wand, which froze to her hand, and banished this Skull Knight to the Shadow Realm. And
As you
then
do.
in the ensuing moment of calm, a far door opened and you hear heavy metal footsteps. So that's where we're at today.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh boy.
I'm going to kick off roleplay with
Out of you.
Bravo.
I would like to respond with,
We'll clip that. We'll clip that for posterity. Put it on your
He just
highlight
rolls
reel.
over and grunts.
subtitles, grunts in German.
So good. So the this vaguely ominous sounding ka-thunk that's coming down the way. That's coming from the door that just opened.
Yes, so you entered on a corner of the room. On the opposite corner is another door. It opened up.
Cool.
And actually, at this point, gazing in that direction, you can make out a silhouette. They were backlit by this harsh, almost like red, almost verging on a angry purple light. And you can see this big, angry purple.
What is red if not angry purple?
This big, bulky form, at least twice as tall as you. The shoulders make these
not
big, blocky squares. And there's almost no head. And then you realize that the reason you can't see much of her head is because there's some sort of glass dome that the light is distorting through.
Is this silhouette still not in this room?
It is
Like-
about on the threshold, and it is
All right.
approaching.
Because I would very much like to use my shadow cloak and go invisible first, but I'm gonna be like, Ro, can you just like turn into something really small or something, just in case this is not great? I'm gonna try to do something.
Well, what about everybody else? I'm still in bear form, but I can speak telepathically to my
telepathy.
party.
All right, well, if you want to stay bear, then stay bear. I'm just gonna go try to get a closer look. So just hang on. I'm gonna.
Okay, be careful. Are we still considered in combat?
We are still in an action scene, but we're not in combat. You're asking. I know what you're asking about, and it's kind of an edge case here.
Right.
So if you'd like
up
to
you.
start doing that, I'm saying you can do that. You won't expend the AP until you're done.
Okay, yeah. Ro is going to pop out of bear form as Lena, I guess, starts to slink away. And I'll scuttle really quickly over to the doctor and start searching through their pockets for like their various like bandages and healing things and start preparing to mend them.
That's
Aw.
adorable. Who taught you to do that?
That would be the doctor.
Where do you learn that?
So Ro's been watching the doctor very carefully. So I'm like going through your pockets and you just sort of hear like, hang on, I am working on it. I've got stuff. It smells bad, but it's gonna sting like you always say, but it'll help. Hold on.
My heart.
All right.
Oh god.
Lena, as you're approaching toward the silhouette, it doesn't seem to like turn to track you. It doesn't seem to have noticed you, but you do get a better look at it.
Yes.
It is clearly robotic.
Oh, baby.
It is crafted in such a way that belies almost a human spirit to it. Inside of that glass dome is a face crafted of like a ghastly smoke, mayhaps. It mimics roughly a human face, and it looks around, actually somewhat wide-eyed. You can see some large implements with upon each of its arms, and it raises one towards where Ro is, and it starts to hum.
Okay, that's weird. Alright. Is this ghastly face, like, is this a face, or is this just like something that's trying to look like a face, or is this like oh, you can actually make out that this is a face?
So this looks like it is a spectral recreation of a face, like a ghost trapped in a robot body.
Friend.
So it's holding up this implement, which has like concentric rings that are lighting up, pointing at Ro from across the room.
Oh, that's not gonna fly. Okay. I have one question followed by another question. My first question
Reasonable.
is this. This is quest brought to you by Perd Hapley. I have a question. And the question that I'm about to ask. Does it look like, if I'm looking at this robotic casing, like, I know a thing or two about mechanical things.
Sure.
It's kind of my wheelhouse. Does it look like there is anything? I'm not looking straight up for like, oh, does he have like a control panel on it that I can fuck with? But is there something on it that I might be able to fuck with? Or no, because it's ghost and robot body, which I pray is my ultimate form someday.
The implements it has on its hands are connected by these thick rubber wrapped, almost like tubing looking things. Those they look like you might be able to cut one or something. You don't see like a control panel as of sorts, and you might ascertain that the magical component probably handles that. Magic.
I don't trust it. I don't trust that magic stuff. Cool. All right. Then I guess I'm gonna try to cut something on the arm that's holding the weird thing at Ro, because that's not something that I'm going to let happen. So
Sure. Why don't you roll the die?
Oh, dice. Yes, I need a die for this game, eh?
The D20.
I believe in you.
You shouldn't, because that was a 3.
Oops. You're welcome. I helped.
All right. So what weapon is like? Is it like your wrist knife?
Yeah, probably. I say, just fearing for what's going to happen to it.
So you go at the thing to attempt to slice this tubing, and as that happens, it raises it to just like above your reach, and you kind of stumble in the swipe as you try to adjust upwards, and you make this loud clap noise on the ground with your feet as you're doing it. And this little face looks down at where you are and spies the shadow, and it goes, "Oh, who's there?" As the arm thing projects a ray of light at Ro. Actually, Ro, this would be a familiar ray of light. You've seen this once before. And it kind of starts Ro's head and makes its way down. And then you hear a little voice from like it's just a scan complete. Then Ro, your heel goes off.
Aha!
In moments, I will just let you know when I can. I will dive towards the closest ally to heal them from the ground.
Okay, so given that, I'm going to say they're all close to you, enough to you to do that. Who do you want to heal?
Oh, well,
There
then,
is
of course,
Ferris,
the most important person.
The Zake, and Alika.
The Ferris. The Ferris, 100%.
The Ferris.
The doctor just like looks Ro in the eye for a moment, just like, thank you, and then right over to Ferris to heal them.
Lena, the implement on the other arm folds back and to a big ass graspy hand, and it just goes to reach for you. It's like, and as the voice says, "No, where are you?" And he's gonna roll the die to try to pick you up.
Ooh,
Oh.
I would like for that to not happen.
That's reasonable.
Can I try to just like... I did fail, so that would make sense. Can I try to just like...
it feels like it's time. That's why he's rolling the die for it. You know, you could dodge.
Yeah. Can I try to just like roll out of the way?
You try, but as you roll, it catches
I'm
your
nimble.
foot, and it just lifts you up. And it's
And
like,
that tracks. I'm very small.
and it takes the other implement and points it where you are, and it starts up to scan you.
Wait, so Lena is visible now, or
No,
no?
but Lena
Okay.
made a noise and it grabbed at her.
Okay. So I think if Ro recognizes the robot now that they're done healing up the doctor, they might just be like, "Oh, hi again!" Like over to the robot because it didn't attack them the last time. So
Yeah.
I
So
don't know if that
holding
actually gets its
Lena
attention.
by the foot, big metal thing pointed at Lena, winding up, and the face kind of looks up and goes, "Oh, you're back."
Oh,
Hi.
Hi, hello, that's, I think you have my friend. You're holding my friend. Can you put her down, please?
I have to scan everyone. It's part of my job.
Well, what does that mean? I'm like tottering over on my little legs.
Sure. Tottering over your legs. Well, that's happening. The doctor has healed Ferris at this point.
Cool. Yeah, Faris wakes up with a start, almost like grabbing her spear at the same time. It's just like, what happened? Is Ro okay?
Yeah,
Right.
what?
What?
And just points at Alika.
Yeah. She sees Alika first, I guess, scrambles to her feet and runs over, like, drops down to her knees beside her, puts her hand on her chest and casts ablation immediately. She's like, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay.
How much are you healing her for? 6?
6 HP, yeah.
Okay.
Standard.
Didn't know if
How
you were
much is-
sacrificing your own life for it.
Well, I don't know how much I've healed for, actually. What am I on?
Full.
Oh, full, okay.
Full.
The doctor always heals you for full if, you know.
Cool. And then
I
minus
can't
Alright.
do that yet.
No. All right. So as you're tottering over, this thing finishes winding up, and that harsh light comes out again and just scans from the bottom upward on Lena. And a little voice comes out of the chest, says "Scan complete," and then he just drops you.
Are you okay?
Yep. I've had worse. I've fallen from higher heights, I guess. Like scramp, try to like get up to my feet.
I'm gonna keep going up like till I'm closer to the robot. Because Ro's not scared of it right now since it did not hurt them last time and seems friendly enough right now. And I'll just be like, what are you scanning for?
Well, it's part of my directive. Kind of have to. I have to scan you again because last time you ran away and it didn't finish.
Okay, but what are you? I don't know what that means.
And he points it at Ferris and starts to.
It doesn't hurt anybody, right?
Nope.
Okay. It won't hurt anybody. I just call back to the others.
But what
like
are you
this.
I
doing
believe
with...
Zeke is still unconscious. Is that correct?
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
gonna, I'm
I
gonna,
talked to it up.
yeah, I'm gonna go over to Zeke and just kick him right in the skull and then walk away. No, I'm
Can I try to put the
doctor
wand
doesn't know.
in my bag?
gonna heal.
Well, Zeke
The
is still
wand is
unconscious.
frozen to your grasp.
Damn it!
Well, the doctor is going to just place his hand on
If you
Zeke's
touch
chest.
any part of your arm with your other
Like the
hand, you
whole-
can feel just how cold it is.
Ooh. It's like a flagpole on a cold day.
Whoops.
So, Ferris, just to
least
drill
it's
down
not
in
real.
here, you lay your hands down and heal Alika, and she blinks awake, stylistically, looks up at you, and she's about to say something as this big blaring light shoots at you from the side.
Yeah. Faris immediately turns to look at it, sees Ro in front of it, and is like, Ro, get away from that thing.
This is the thingy that I told her, a person, I'm sorry, I look up to it. Is who I mentioned, when I was down here the first time? There was that light I told you about, and then I walked away. This is who walked away.
Are you part of this
Gesture at it.
Baron's cult? What are you?
Well, the Baron did make me, and gave me my directives and all that. Just doing my little scanning, and he points it at Zake's, I believe, just coming to consciousness form and starts to.
Well, he is only going to be coming to consciousness if he will pay 1 AP to do so.
Oh shit.
Does the imposter pay 1 AP?
I mean, Zeke will, the imposter. No, Matt, what are you talking about?
Yeah, you're right. The GM doesn't pay AP. The GM just does things.
Listen, I need AP right now in case I have to heal people more, so you know what? You're spending...
This is the ultimate
course.
medical scan.
Paid.
Thank you. Now you're coming to consciousness.
And yeah, I believe that as I come back to consciousness, there's this beam of light washing over me.
Traces down your body.
What is
Very
this?
Scan complete. Oh, it's just a little scan.
What does the scan do? What do you do with the information?
I'm looking for someone. Part of the
Who?
directive.
Who?
Sacrifice. Just in case. Who haven't I done yet? I think he points at the doctor. I don't think I've done you yet. And starts to wind up.
Ro, can
Yeah,
you come over
as-
towards me, please?
I sort of look to the spot where Lena is probably invisible still, because I don't want to leave her.
I'm
Faris
only
is
invisible
there.
for a minute, so I might
Probably
be
coming to an
visible
end right
again.
about now.
Yeah.
Rose sort of shifts their weight, not wanting to leave Lena alone. You wanna? I just hold my hand out for Lena.
Has the robot scanned Ro already?
Yeah, it did row first.
Oh, okay. In that case, never mind.
But I don't think Faris saw that happening and is nonetheless just does not want Ro near this thing.
That's fair. It scans the doctor, and then immediately shifts to shoot it at Alika, who is now standing up, and eyes shoot to Ro, and then Ferris, and then back to Ro, and then at the robot, and then back to Ferris. And there was quite a bit of concern on that face.
Yeah.
Lena will stand up and like stand in. I want to be between Ro and the robot.
Has the robot let you go already?
Yeah, the robot
Yeah, it
dropped her
dropped
after
me.
it scanned.
It was fine.
Glorious.
Totally fine.
Just another one for Lena's highlight reel. It was great.
Dumped on the ground.
She was
by a
invisible, so
robot.
no one could see it. So it's fine.
And shoots the light and scans Alika. You hear a little scan complete, and then the device folds back to reveal another hand. And you hear the voice going, analyzing results.
Oh, well, that's not good.
I'm gonna step forward towards Ro as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
because
seem
I'm
a
really
little
just like,
nervous.
No.
Maybe it would help if we introduced ourselves.
Is that necessary?
No,
She has
but
somewhere to be, so.
I don't meet
Yeah,
that
we
many
have-
people very often, so I would like to.
Oof, under normal circumstances, we would, but just rain check on that. We really
Yeah,
need to
we're
go.
a little
So-
worse.
Yeah, we have someone to meet, so.
What's your name?
No.
No.
And the
No.
robot like kneels down to try to get it rose up a little bit. The robot's very top heavy, so it's kind of uses an arm to stabilize itself. And little one, my name's Fizzwitz.
Hello, Fizzwits. I'm Ro.
Nice to meet you. And the ceiling spike over the dome shoots a bolt of dark lightning into the dome. It's very sudden, not as loud as you might expect.
What the hell was that?
What, Fizzwits? Did you know what that
That's
is?
probably Roast coming back.
We should go.
Fuck me.
Oh,
We should go.
We
Ro,
need to.
Ro, we're leaving now.
We
What?
left our
Okay.
oven on, so we need to go turn it
Well,
off.
that's really irresponsible. You should really go and do that very quickly. But
Yeah. We should all go. It's a
Kill
big
means
oven. We
can you come back though? I'm kind of lonely.
Yeah, for sure. We'll definitely come back.
Yeah, well, when's a good time
For
for you?
sure.
We'll just
Why do
come.
I get the
Yeah.
feeling you won't come back?
No, we just have to turn the oven off, and then as soon as we turn the oven off, we'll just come right back.
Probably need to come back here, actually.
At this point,
Very
the
good.
voice from the chest shoots out. Data analyzed. Sacrifice found. Identifying.
We should
coordinates.
probably
It's
go.
just
Let's
gonna-
get out of here.
Yep.
Yeah,
Let's
just
go.
runs forward, grabs Ro by the arm, and pulls them back immediately.
And at that point, the Fizzwitz, the robot, is kind of confused, and then a little red beam shoots out from his chest onto Ro.
Bro.
Gareth puts Ro behind her.
It's like a laser pointer. It's not like a laser beam.
It's-
It's not
yeah,
hurting you.
Ferris, get Ro out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everybody needs to come then. I'm not leaving you here.
No, we're all right behind you.
Right
But you
behind.
need to go first.
Faris just kind of looks to Alika and nods in Ro's direction and starts marching Ro back towards the door.
Alika takes her sword back out and just like puts a hand on Ro's back. And says, "Quickly now, please, please."
Rose starts moving, but is like constantly looking back behind them, which definitely slows us down because they want to make
Oh,
sure
yeah.
that everybody is actually following. They're not going to
Faris
lose
will-
anyone.
Reassure them and be like, they're coming, don't worry. They'll follow us.
Fizzwitz, he goes, "Oh, so that's why you want to leave? Yeah, you should leave before she comes. Like quickly now, run now, go."
But
I mean it.
who?
Okay.
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 I like him.
She?
She,
Who's she? by the way?
Sorry.
Yeah. Who?
Liddell.
Who?
Liddell.
Somebody who takes notes. Take notes.
That's why we have Izza here.
Zay
Liddell
continues to.
Kovacs.
Cool. Oh.
Who?
Baron's sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law.
Oh, that's
Let's
great.
just,
Yeah.
let's just
You know, you should. Do people not up on the whole family genealogy? How long has it been?
I don't know.
long enough.
Years.
We should go.
Oh yeah, it's like just backpedaling, just walking backwards as this is happening.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. So you were saying who? She? Huh?
There's a rumble of thunder from the spike from the ceiling. Just, you should go. She'll be here.
Working on it.
Let's go,
Yeah,
everyone.
let's go.
Stop doing this
All right.
slowly. Let's go.
Go.
Everyone just runs, and that's fine.
Ro, can you makes this faster?
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget what it's called, but I'll cast my wolf speed.
Wolf something?
Ro's speedy retreat. That's what we call it.
Dog zoomies.
Wild
Dog
aspects.
zoomies. Dog zoomies.
There you go.
And as you're going, the robot holds up one of their arms and says, "Turn a mirror after you leave."
I will do that.
Good idea.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna catch the edge of one as we run by and just.
Yeah. And
Pull
you
it
hear the
back.
door closing behind you, and you hear another peal of thunder from the spike. You find yourself in the hallway. There's that wall that is a secret door into the room with all the bodies where you found Norm, actually where Norm's flaccid skin cloak still resides. And you
How dare you?
banished Valestra, and you can go back up to the surface that way. Or you can, there's other passages if you want to just get lost, but I kind of doubt you do.
Yeah.
Is that
not
way
really.
open?
That way is open.
Then let's do that.
Quickly.
Let's get out of this
As
place.
you approach the exit, you start to hear more rumbles. And at first, you're thinking it's just more of that thunder from behind, but it's coming from above.
Like the surface, you mean?
Yes.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Row.
Is it the kind of rumble that feels / sounds like the doors closing, or worse?
Well, the doors were already closed to the cemetery level,
God,
but
yeah, well.
yeah, they were. So that's your last task. But as you're at those doors now, it's they come apart horizontally. They're interlocked. You can see where the bricks interlock. But you can hear this rumbling. In fact, occasionally it feels a little closer, and you shake a little bit.
Maybe one of us
This
should
does
go
not sound
ahead and
good.
see what's going on.
Go up and see?
Yeah.
mean,
I'll do that.
I can
And-
invisible up.
I blink
kinda
through the
invisible.
door.
Ooh.
Oh damn.
Currently, the problem is the door is closed, but you can blink
don't-
through it. You can see a little bit.
I don't have to see. It just has to be a location
Ooh.
nearby that I want to go to.
Fancy. So yeah, Doctor just
Magical
whoops on up.
people.
You find yourself on the surface. You feel a rumble. It is still on the surface level of the city, a little deadened. It's not right on it, but you can look above and see a light blue field of force encompassing the surface of Valarith.
Just gonna yell through the door, be like, "There's a light blue field of force encompassing Valarith. Alika, do you know what this means?"
Yes, it has a protective shield. The Empire must have found us.
Wonderful. Can we try and get this open? I'll try on this side.
Oh, once you're on the surface, you just gotta press the little button on Norm's grave.
I forgot that there's a button over here. Let me go just push that.
I was about to say that. Please let us
Yeah.
out.
And it opens up, and you're in the fog-ridden Julep Cemetery.
While it's opening, Zeke will turn to Lena. Lena? Can I have my
I
wand
say
back?
Lena's definitely trying to has her cloak pulled over her arm.
You were on the floor before.
I was invisible.
Sure.
I think it's
fine.
reasonable he noticed. I think you can
Yeah,
call her out on it.
probably.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
Lena, I'm not going to say that your cloak like that isn't very fashionable, but can I have my wand back?
Oh, it is. I learned it from watching you, because you're so fashionable.
Lena Elliott, don't take my
Yeah,
wand
yeah.
again.
I-
Give me.
I wish that I could. And I'm just
Same.
gonna like hold my hand out and like my whole arm is like frosted over. Like holding it and be like, I literally cannot. Let it
Zeke,
go.
as you touch it, it just comes free.
Yeah. Yank.
Like, be like,
That's
can't
why you
just pull
don't
things.
do it again.
Well, that's why you don't get knocked out by the large armored person in a sight. Then I wouldn't have had to take it.
I will try my best.
But you can't just pull things. You could have. Can I like just like make sure that
It's
everything
actually
is
frozen
working?
closed, at least
Yeah,
for the moment.
That's what I figured. I'm like, son of a bitch. Like,
You
that's
feel the
gonna be
dull ache of the
fun.
cold where it transitions to flesh.
Mhm. Like, that's gonna suck.
I would have been more careful if it was the other arm, obviously.
Well, yeah. Well, at least it would have been another story if. I mean, yeah.
I don't even want to imagine what would have happened. Anyway.
Well, then I could have a matching set.
Oh, don't.
How cool would I?
No. No.
But how?
Lena? No.
See? All right, fine. I was as careful as I could have been, but
I sincerely doubt it.
The door eventually finishes opening.
We'll
Oh,
carry
so
on
can we
later.
hear all of this?
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
I imagine they're
Like,
like off
Lena
to the
and
side a little
Zeke
bit,
hide-
but like you can hear it.
like Lena and Zeke hide literally any of their bickering from anyone.
Yeah.
I was picturing us like walking ahead and them kind of hanging back, having this conversation. But
It's the heartfelt, emotional
Yeah.
shit that they hide away.
Yeah.
in that case, Faris will immediately be like, "So is that why we didn't all die?"
And Lena's just gonna look and be like, yes, Ferris, that is why we didn't all die. Thank you.
Well, quick thinking, thank you.
I couldn't really think of anything else to do, so not super happy about it, but
Fine.
we do what we have to do.
Alik is
Fine.
gonna breach in, right? So obviously there's some new developments. I'm gonna go to Crown Tower and try to figure out what the hell is going on.
Right.
I wouldn't say no to some support if you want.
I think
mean,
at this point it might
like
be
emotional
best if we
support?
went
Political support.
Faris
Military
just kind of turns her head down.
Also, I understand like some things in there were a little let's say distressing, particularly for some of you, and she's pointedly not looking at Ro. So I understand if anyone would need to take some time for themselves.
Faris looks between Ro and Alika. Like, well, as Vanguard, I guess I should go with you, but Ro, what do you want to do?
People, we need to help the city if it's in trouble again. And Ro is not looking at anyone and is still just sort of like pale
Ro, we can-
and looking down
can-
at their feet.
If you need to go home,
We can go home. Ro, if you want to go home, I can go home with you.
I'm okay. I don't want to get all of you hurt again, though. So
Yeah, I
don't
think-
know.
Lena's gonna like kneel down to, like, she doesn't need to bend down that far. Ro's only a few inches shorter
Yeah.
than she is, and just kind of like bend down so like she's eye to eye, or do the thing where it's like if Ro's looking down, she's gonna like kind of get under to like get like you don't need to put on a brave face. If you want to go home, we can go home. I think we're all a little shaken. So you don't have to go. We can go get some donuts and we can go home if that's what you want.
I don't know. It's okay. This doesn't look good, and I'll like actually look up at the force field. If that's up, things must be bad. But I don't know. I know everybody got hurt like a lot, so.
Bro, it's not your fault.
Well, I wanted to keep going. I'm sorry.
It's not your
Hey,
fault.
I'm sure we'd all do the same thing. Well, I would do the same thing. And it's
To
fine.
no one's surprise.
Yeah, well,
It's fine.
it's all
Look.
right, and most of us are doing okay now because of you and the doctor. Lena looks on with her 3 hit points. It's fine. Lena probably looks like garbage, but that's her like baseline is 3
I'm
hit
starting to
points.
thaw out though, so like that's up. That's on the up.
Hey, there you go.
You know, we take what we can get. Be like, we're okay. We're okay, bro.
Look, if it's political support that Alika needs, I mean, you can go on, head on home, and I can try and help, and then I'll meet you there
Hey.
later.
If we decide that we need help breaking through whatever's out there, we don't even know yet. I know where to find you. It's fine.
Yeah.
Doctor's gonna place his gauntleted hand on Ro's head and just be like, let's go home. Enough's happened today. Come on.
I think be like, I wouldn't mind that. I could use a bit of a lie down. So I'm gonna go home. And I'd love some company. I'm not one for political mumbo jumbo anyway.
Hey, then. I'm pretty tired too.
Alright. So us and the doctor will head back, and Zake and Ferris will go with Alika.
Sounds good.
Right.
Ferris has had her hands on Ro's shoulders this entire time. She just kind of like moves around in front of them, gives them a big hug, and mutters, I'll be back later, and if you need me, you just say, okay?
Hey, Rose gives you a big hug back. Be careful, okay?
I'll be fine.
Okay.
You just get some rest. We'll talk later.
Don't worry, Ro. I won't let anything happen to her.
And I'll look to Zake and just be like, if you need anything, just call.
Don't worry. I'm sure it's nothing. Also, Faris, if you want to go home as well, by all means. I don't mind taking this one.
I think it's my duty as Vanguard to at least see what's going on.
I'm sure after what happened today, you're due for at least an hour break, but I don't know. Ask your boss.
Honestly, it would put me at ease if someone who could heal was with you, just in case.
Up to you. Just throwing it out there. All right.
I'm good, don't worry.
Perfect.
All right. As our 2 groups part and start head out, do you have something, Doctor?
Yeah, as we split up, Lapis is going to jump off of the doctor's shoulder onto Rose and just do a little shake where you hear just like the skeletal like as
rattle purring.
Yeah, like, and then the purr starts to come through and then just kind of nestle in on Ro's shoulder like a comforting kind of purr lay.
Baby skeleton cat.
Scratches at the bone, like under the
Skeleton
bone
cats
chin.
are best.
As you leave, the passageway into the ground closes. And as the groups are leaving, the camera lingers as you see that almost slate gray skeletal mask with the horns and the 2 black pools and the 2 red pits of rust. And right before it closes, there's a slight and they disappear.
Sure, it's fine.
It's probably not fine.
We're in danger.
Everything is
Danger.
fine.
All right.
Would never.
So,
Why would he ever come
Let's-
above ground? Be fine.
ever.
Never.
Yeah, why indeed?
At least Fizzwitz is on your side.
Good old Fizzwitz.
Sure.
Fizzwitz seems to be a wonderful person.
Right?
I mean, he is a robot, so.
Yeah, I actually intended
And
to.
robots
ask
by
his
default are
pronouns, but-
wonderful people.
Mhm.
It is known.
All right. So we're gonna start with Ro and character names Lena and Falwyn heading back to Starfall Spire. Honestly, passing, this is a passageway back that you haven't gone during the date before, and on the way back you pass this darling little pizzeria. It's called D's Pizza. That's the only note. Besides that, you get back to Starfall Spire without any untoward interactions. There's a pizza place. It was really important.
I mean,
I-
was there a
That is
menu?
Do they wait?
Could we? Yeah.
Are
Do
they
they deliver?
Do they deliver? What is their delivery radius, and are we within it? Otherwise,
within-
why would
so-
you taunt us that?
So you kind of linger outside, and they have a menu posted, and they do deliver, and they say they deliver to. They say they deliver all throughout Valarith, but there is a bit of a fee if you're in the hangs because they got to go down.
That scans.
Yeah.
Reasonable.
Well, we're not, Nat.
Interesting.
Yeah, you're not.
We're
You're
not.
not.
We're not.
There's a whole bunch of different things. The classic. Whatever. Whole giant list of toppings. Some different crust options. Some gluten-free stuff. The works.
This is good to know. This is important world building.
Gazing in the window, you can see a woman with a spiked leather jacket just coming in for a shift. She has a lot of piercings on one ear, just spiking down. And like spiked fingerless gloves that she also takes off to start making pizza.
Good to know.
Okay, so wife, check.
Yeah, Nat. Just always giving
Pizza
him those
wife,
wife
got
looks.
it.
Pizza
It's
wife.
gonna be such a good payoff later.
Well, yeah, because then we'll
No,
get
no,
free
no,
pizza.
it's
Am I right?
Anything else you wanted before getting back? Did you want to buy a pizza?
At least taking a menu home at the very least.
Yeah. Well, we'll get a menu. We'll get a takeout menu.
I don't
For sure.
think Rose ever had pizza, so it would be new for
For
that.
sure. Like, we will get pizza once everyone is back. We'll get pizza.
There
But
we
we
go.
at least, let's get a menu so we can call for delivery later. Because otherwise, if we order one now, we're gonna have to wait for it.
This is very true. Yeah.
So
So you have a menu to D's Pizza. Someone add that to their inventory.
I'll let Lena have
will.
it since her wife is in there.
That counts as one of the 12 items you can have.
You
Lena
guys
has-
have homes, so the whole 12 items thing is pretty easy to skirt.
well, Lena only has 4 items right now,
Exactly.
so it's fine.
It was
So
more
we're
for the
good.
joke, guys.
We're good.
Yeah.
Does the home only get 12 items?
Home gets. We're not having this
Pizza
conversation
menu.
right now.
We'll have it
The
later.
3 of you get home. Pizza menu acquired.
Boom.
Ro is very quiet on the whole way back, just kind of looking down the whole time.
Sure. Mr. Batinga is busy. It's kind of lunch rush. He does give a little acknowledgement, but he doesn't seem to catch that Ro is distraught. Or anyone is distraught. Distraught is a good word.
It is a good word.
Just gonna look at the two of them and be like, you two go up. I'll be up in a minute. And I'm going to wait online to get 24 donuts, all for Ro.
Aw.
No.
Alright. Yeah. We'll go up.
So if you're there, is there anything particular you'd like to accomplish, or is it just we are spending time or recuperating emotionally?
I think Ro pretty much just sort of looks up at Lena when they get upstairs and just goes, I am really sleepy. I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay. Yeah. Go to bed. If you need anything, the doctor or I will be here, so.
If something's wrong, do you promise to wake me up?
Of course.
Okay.
Promise.
All right, about then, Tiny comes, a little paws clawing on the floor. It's bounding around the corner, with that dog sense that someone's distraught, and comes to comfort Ro with many a dog snuggle.
Yeah, Ro just drops onto their knee and puts their arms around Tiny's neck and sort of buries their face in her neck for a moment.
And like mini dogs, Tiny is like, hugs are slightly awkward. Why not pets instead?
Right. So Ro will let go after that, because, wolves don't even really hug normally, but they've started to really like hugs now that they hang out with people more.
Reasonable.
So Ro will let go and just go, look up and be like, okay, I hope you feel better. I'm really sorry that meanie hurt you.
Oh, I've had worse. I'm fine. You don't need to apologize for anything, Ro. We're good.
Okay.
You go get some rest.
Okay.
I'm just gonna reach out with my real arm, my non-cold metal arm, and just give a half hug thing, because my arm's still kind of chilly and I don't want to touch them with it.
Ro gives you a hug back.
Yeah.
And starts heading back to their room with Tiny. And right before they close the door, they'll just sort of turn around and be like, I won't let that meanie hurt any of you again, though. Don't worry. And I close the door really quick before Lena can say anything else.
I will just go to my room and try to restore full movement to my arm.
Yeah, it's not too hard. It gets there.
Fiddle around if I need to do any tinkering with it. Otherwise, I'll just probably go up to the roof.
Yeah. You do a little and give it a little once over, but everything seems fine now that it's thought out.
Cool. Perfect.
Doctor comes back with donuts, I think it was, in tow.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. When I see nobody's here, just gonna go towards Ro's room, and then just a little soft knock.
So as you're approaching Ro's room, you're halfway there. You hear the toilet flush. And the bathroom door opens, and Everett walks out and goes, "Oh, you got donuts? Give me."
Yeah.
This child.
I got 2 dozen. I'll give him 2 donuts. Toss a Bavarian cream and a jelly.
Oh, the worst kinds. Here, have these trash donuts.
The doctor likes those. Those were for him.
He takes one bite of the cream and just kind of holds it awkwardly for a while.
The doctor got 2 donuts for himself, and since Everett's here, he just gave them to him.
Aww.
What a sweetie. All right, is it Phantom Menace time?
Please, no.
Yes?
Oh,
Yes!
Right. So, on the way up to to the center of city, Crown Tower, Alika, Zake, and Ferris. Your travel there takes you past Arvis's burned down estate, which at this point has been cleaned up, but nothing's been built there. So there's just in the middle of this block a slightly charred section where there's just nothing. It stands out super hard.
Oh yeah, and Faris looks like super frosty, jaw set as they're walking past it.
All right. Beyond that, you get to Crown Tower with no other issues. Alika immediately goes to the council area. At which point, Robert. Oh, God.
That's my name, yes.
So, remember when you had those questions in episode 1?
Yeah. Now I remember that, yes.
So, in the intervening time, mostly before the season started, the Valarith Council has been forming in the aftermath of the escape from the Empire. Alika was joined by Giel, a respected cartographer, from the Valarith Orienteering Division, Sir Garn Regis. And additionally, in this time, the headmaster of the Amethyst Lyceum, Professor Peleus Hawkfrost, has been offered a seat. Who among them gives you pause, and why?
There's this Alika chick. Oof. Something about her. No.
Heard something about her being like a skin suit for Arvis?
Yeah, I heard something about a gentleman trying to get her alone and use a wand on her.
with more severity.
No, there something in the Doctor's history has just made him really nervous around cartographers, I guess, because this Garn guy just does not. Something about him just makes the Doctor have pause.
Well. The question was why. So what is that something?
Oh,
Sir
Robert? Just a little bit of the fact that he used to be a Knight of Sor, maybe, possibly. And the Doctor knew him once upon a time, sort of, kind of, at least of him.
So you're telling me that an ex-Knight of Sur, the people who are trying to disrupt necromantic magic and kill thousands of people throughout the world currently for their dark magic practices, one of them is on your council?
It seems that it might have happened. Yeah. I don't know who decided that, but whoever they are evil. He seems
Excellent.
nice, but of course,
Excellent.
Has the Doctor shared his thoughts with the class at all?
No.
Of course not.
Okay, just wondering.
All right. So let's go off to the council chambers, of which Alika and GL, who's the trade coordinator, and Garn are there. Professor Hawkfrost is not. He was busy, / this is recent. And they start rapid fire going through what has happened. And the short and the long of it comes out quite quickly that, well, they haven't been able to ascend past the fog to see what is going on, but things are striking the force field with intense force. Some people are reporting cannonballs striking the field. Before the field went up, a couple towers did get hit, but no one was injured.
Okay.
And additionally, there is a diplomat from the Knights of Survein who is asking to see the council currently.
And this all happened in the last couple of hours.
Yes.
So So wait, out of character, where is the city at with the repairs to the glyphs that control the altitude of the city? Because we would stop to repair that.
Not.
Cool!
Well, you would stop for temporary repairs, but you need somewhere you can properly land. And in the middle of a fog-choked canyon with a lake at the bottom doesn't enable that.
Right, okay.
You are hiding. Once you move, the
Not
shield
very
has to
well.
go down, though.
Yeah.
So the concern is that we need to find out what is out there, and we need to make it stop for long enough to run, I guess.
So we need to send a strike team out. Or a scout team.
Giel, who is who you have interacted with about once, Ferris. She handles trade. Kind of gives you some intense side eye. And says, "Of course, military action. That's where you jump to."
I said scout team.
Yeah.
We're not necessarily going to attack them, but we need to know what's there, what we're up against. We can't move without becoming defenseless, and we can barely fly without the city tilting, so we're trapped.
So,
We need information.
This diplomat says he can make them stand down for a little bit. If we can make an arrangement there, maybe we can get out this without anybody getting hurt.
Why do you assume...
Please do
Sorry,
stop me from talking if I'm speaking out of line, but I would prefer if you wouldn't. Has anyone bothered to check what this diplomat actually wants before we discuss any further action? Because perhaps the key lies there. Any information we have beforehand for any potential meeting might be key to surviving this negotiation.
Garin speaks. Says, we had a little bit of a meeting. A little preliminary something.
So they're here? Or someone left to go?
They're here. They actually got in yesterday. Let me know before other people. We have a little bit of history.
Oh, really?
Nothing to worry about. They're offering a safe harbor in Soaring for us to make repairs. I think we should take them up on it, but that might be a little iffy if they find out our current situation regarding them.
Yes. Did they say whether... This is me out of character. Did they say whether this diplomat has arrived separately from whoever is firing upon us currently? Or is this like... just coincidence that they happen to arrive at the same time?
They have not mentioned, but Garn did say that they came in yesterday, and then the Canonfire started today, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So you might be able to ascertain that information.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned that if we do strike a deal with this diplomat, then they claim to have the power to stop the Canonfire, per se. Did I mishear that?
That's what he says.
Okay.
So do we know who the Canonfire is coming from exactly? It's very convenient for this person.
Easy assumptions. The Empire, but we don't know for certain.
Do we have any intel on how long
It's
the
an
shields
Imperial
will hold?
weapon. The shields are holding pretty, but if they're pinning us in place, it's probably so they can get something new and make our life a little harder. Flanked, so to speak.
So did you meet with this diplomat alone then, Gon?
Yeah, yesterday. It wasn't, I was planning on bringing it up in today's meeting, but that got quickened a little bit by present circumstances.
Don't want to cause a bad environment, but that does sound a bit off protocol, doesn't it? I assume there's nothing nefarious going on, but perhaps your relationship could be disclosed? For clarity's sake.
Oh,
Feels pertinent.
yeah, I think that seems about fair. might be able to hear from the name, but Streamcat. I have some history with the Knights of Sewer. I used to be one before I got injured from my hands. Can't really grip a sword no longer, so I went on my merry way. We still hold positive relations, but that part of my life is in the past. Don't you worry about it. Just carry some friends with me. Certainly, he gestures to Ferris. Certainly, you got some friends from where you came from.
Not really.
I'm sorry, I may have touched on a sore spot there. Not my intent. Promise.
Yes,
I hate
I believe.
to. You have to understand how this sounds.
Could you elucidate a little bit for me?
You are a former Knight of Sur, and one of them comes to meet you. A mere day later, we're being attacked. They want us to go to Survein with them.
Yeah, and that's why I support the idea of putting together a scout team so we can find out what is out there. Because if it is sewer, then my old friend of mine is going to have some things to answer for.
And where exactly is the diplomat right now? Are they in?
Alika pops in.
Guard?
He's been lodged in this tower as a political guest.
And they're being monitored, I hope?
Yes.
Good.
So it seems we have a little bit of a double play to do here. We need to continue negotiations with this said diplomat in order to have an escape plan if needed. And meanwhile, we need to find out what's out there.
Vanguard Munir, you do make a decent point about the relationship appearing a little untoward. If you would like, you could overtake negotiations on my behalf.
I feel like that might be.
Or if you're too busy, you could delegate it.
You didn't let me finish. I'm saying I think that might be a good idea, but I would also like to go and see what exactly it is we're up against out there before we go and talk to him again.
If you think that's wise, I would be a little concerned by them feeling a little put out in the meantime. Depending on how long it takes.
Well, we can go and talk to him, but I'm not really willing to fully negotiate terms until we know what it is out there.
I think that seems reasonable to me. How about the court? And he says that, but it's a very informal room with like 6 people in it, and everyone's like, "Yeah, sure."
Is there anything else we should know about this diplomat that's important?
Well, I don't know if you've heard, but the terminal is a little suspicious. He smiles at you.
She does not smile back.
Crowd today.
Once again, if I may, I wouldn't advise that this meeting with the diplomat should be delayed, should not be kept waiting. I think it's more of a stalling strategy in conversation than stalling before the conversation. So, Ferris, if you are hinting towards you leading the scouting party, then I truly believe that you should delegate and nominate someone to lead negotiations in a pretty stalling fashion, because that's important.
And you're hinting at that being you, given your talents?
I am not, unless you want me to. My talents lie in many places. If you want me to accompany you in the scouting mission, I can also do that, but I believe it's your decision.
Well, We also have others who would be of great use to us here, but they are not with us right now. And I don't know if Ro is going to want to get involved in this.
GL speaks up and goes, if all you need is someone to keep him busy, it is within my skill set.
Huh?
Which one was GL again? Sorry.
She's
Oh, the
a
trade
trade
person.
coordinator who kind of doesn't like you, but,
Yeah.
still cares about the city.
Do they like me though, Nat?
Find out.
It's a very valid option, Ferris.
Yeah, and like I said, we're not actually going to agree to anything until we know what's out there. It's just stalling.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's less of a keeping them entertained, more of a fruitless negotiation that doesn't keep them frustrated. I'm sure you understand.
But I think it would be good for us, and she points to herself and Zeke, to go and speak to him when we return.
Oh, definitely.
So we just need to decide who else is coming up with us to the surface.
I know a certain spy which might be fairly useful in this situation.
Rolika's gonna pop in. So our best option is probably to be a little quiet, go scouting, take a gondola, try to go low and away from the city, away from where the fires are landing, and then pop up quick as you can.
Yes, of course.
If that thing goes down, there's a decent chance we can't easily come and get you.
I understand. I think we can handle this.
Yes, I guess it's one more job for the so-called Heroes of Starfall Spire, whatever that means.
I hate that name so much.
GL suppresses her chortle and says, "Oh, you should probably check the day's paper."
Ugh.
Again, really? Can they not leave us alone?
Apparently not.
Is there
Someone
a
get
paper
me a
in this
paper.
room?
Can
Is there a
someone get me
paper in
the-
this room?
I think Garin pulls one out of a briefcase and chucks it to you.
What's it say?
And it is Hero Vanguard endangers lives of 12. Hollow on the loose.
Fuck's sake.
Egan, what did you do?
The story is about. It actually mentions the doctor as well, but it definitely focuses on the public figure. It talks about how a hollow, so this dangerous undead creature, got released into the city and was eventually stopped with no one getting harmed and no casualties, but it scared a lot of people. And you don't look great.
Fantastic. She just throws the paper down.
So yeah, no pressure. Can always go up from here, huh? All right,
Yes.
joking aside. Newspapers don't matter. Have a job to do.
Kind of do, but you know.
Well, not today. Not when cannonballs are showering Valarith.
Rumble.
Yes,
So
let's get moving.
you two off to make a team and see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sounds good. On your way out, Alika follows, and actually, Ferris, can we talk for a second first?
Of course.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Walks away.
Okay.
Paris just glowers up. Are you okay?
Her
I tried
hand
my
is
best
kind
to...
of.
Is something wrong?
I meant what I said when we couldn't go after you if the gondola goes down, but I'm worried. If we lost our vanguard right now, I don't think the city would be able to hold together. I want to go to make sure you get back.
You want to come with us?
Yes.
I mean, I always welcome having you have my back in a fight. But if the city lost you, I mean, I'm replaceable, you're not. I'm not saying don't come, I just...
Damn it.
I mean,
you make a good point. And
I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't if you think it's the right thing to do. Like I said, always feel safer when you're around to have my back.
no, that was reckless. You're right. While I disagree that you're replaceable, losing us both would be catastrophic. Just... She puts her hand on your shoulder. You better come back.
She puts her hand over Alika's hand. Like, I will. Of course I will. I have Zake and Lena.
Promise?
I promise.
All right.
And
I've held you up long enough, sorry.
I should go catch up with Zake. I'll see you when I get back.
I look forward to it.
Good luck, Alika. From the end of the corridor.
And she kind of gets her like stately mode turns back on a little bit, where she gets a little more put together. Thank you, Zach.
Waves from back further away.
Make sure you get your injuries looked at. I was pretty hasty when I healed you earlier.
These are nothing. I'll be fine. You're the ones going to danger.
Like I said, I'll be fine.
Go.
I'm going. She's like slowly walking away, looking awkwardly between Alika and Zake. I'm going. I'll see you later.
She actually
briskly walks
turns and
away.
Hopeless.
Seems like a
Damn it, Ferris!
Zake actually
super
says
hopeless.
hopeless.
It's so awkward.
What was that, Zake?
Huh?
What did you say?
Goodbye to Alika.
Mm-hmm.
So, who are we taking with us?
Well, we need Lena for her skills. I don't like the idea of
course.
leaving Ro alone, but it's always useful to have the doctor with us. I don't know if Ro's going to want to come, but I guess the smaller the team, the better.
As
I have a
you're
few.
hustling out of Crown Tower back towards Starfall Spire, you find yourself once again on that road with the burned Von Cast estate where Arvis lived on the side, and there's no one around. You're by yourself.
Should do something about this place.
Just feels like a massive scar on the city, doesn't it?
It literally is. I mean, look at it. It's decrepit. Burned shards.
I guess that's something to think about when we're out of imminent danger.
I guess priorities and all that.
But I agree.
Somehow I feel that's not the last we'll have to deal with regarding Mr. previous owner of this house.
Oh, don't remind me.
I have to. At least we forget.
Oh, trust me, I will not forget.
Good. Alright. Hurry,
By the
Chris,
way,
then.
cool
Yeah?
glowing sword you had earlier.
I may have drawn inspiration from certain someone that might be or might not be quite skilled at fighting.
Oh, well. Thank you.
I just feel like sometimes, I mean, your style is cool and all, but I need an extra flair. No offense.
Well, you put your own spin on it, you know. You've got your own aesthetic going on. I appreciate that.
Of course. Very important.
So, Zake, do you get to Starfall Spire without any interruptions?
I don't know. Let me see. I don't think so. It would be a brief conversation before we actually arrive. So before about what happened down there with the invisible woman. So I can. How shall I put this? The wand, right? The things I can do now. It's because I've started tapping into what the wand can do. I don't think it's taking control over me or anything. So I'll keep pressing at it. It might be the solution to my little problem. But yeah, I can kind of send people to the other place now.
Okay. Didn't our skeleton friend say that every time someone is sent there, it tears a hole?
Yes, and that's why I avoid doing it. I literally just did it because I panicked at the moment.
I mean, it got us out of a difficult situation, so...
Yeah, I don't know. Was she going to explode? Who knows?
When we're out of this, we should find someone to help us with this. I have some knowledge of magic, but not as advanced as is probably needed to understand that.
Yeah, maybe when we have more time.
How does it?
Or I could show you now, and then we try and bamf immediately to where Lena is, since the necklace has a connection. Quicker travel.
You're suggesting we tear another hole in the fabric of reality to get home quicker? We're 5 minutes away.
I have a feeling that the wand is not as damaging as random wizards trying their own devices to poke and transfer people to the other place. The wand was designed for it. Just an idea.
I get you want to play around with your new toy, but I don't know, it seems pretty reckless to me, Zake, I think.
Okay. Wouldn't do anything that you wouldn't want. Shall we go? 5 minutes walking.
Yes.
All right. And as you head back and regard to get back, let's put it this way. We're going to go to break, and we're going to come back with you arriving back at Starfall Spire. That's how words work.
I just want to make sure. Where is Ferris walking in relation to Zake? is like behind them.
Side by side.
Like friends and confidants, allies.
Keeping an eye on those
Good.
vents, obviously.
There are no vents involved.
No reason to
Or
wonder.
there are tubes that go down to the hangs, so that's kind of vents.
We have established there are vents in the spire, because that's where Ro fought the Doomba.
Oh yeah.
The Doomba vented.
Okay.
Doomba was imposter.
Don't worry,
All right,
people.
we're gonna go to
Jeez.
break. Everybody hydrate and stretch.
Yes.
And, rest your weary hearts after everything.
Oh, my heart. It still hurts. I don't think we're done with that yet.
What? Ongoing trauma just doesn't go away in 15 minutes?
What?
I need it.
But we have donuts.
Live for the pain.
All I know
Yeah.
is pain.
Let's
It has
get
had 0
sad.
pain so far,
Let's
so
get sad.
there's still time. That's not a
See you guys in
challenge,
few
Nat.
minutes, I think.
No, I'm scared.
Okay.
See you guys in a few minutes. Okay, bye. Hey guys, it appears that we're back.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, everything's fine.
Totally
Let's
fine.
kill Zake. I mean, get said.
Welcome
Everything
back
is
to
fine.
Quest: The Soaring City, Episode 3, Season 2, Canonfire Diplomacy. Our protagonists have just now returned to Starfall Spire to coordinate their scouting mission.
We've got cannon fire. Now we need diplomacy.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
I
Were
saw a
you
little
not
bit of
paying
diplomacy in there. That was,
we're
Was that
going,
diplomacy? Oh,
we're going
well,
to
then the
start
episode's over.
on the door opening and Zake and Ferris coming back.
Who's about?
I imagine the doctor's about, with probably fewer donuts than he intended to have.
yeah.
Ro, I think, is still in their room, and Lena, well, no, I'm guessing Roof, but like you're your
Yeah.
own person.
I am my own person. That is a fact. A little known fact about me is that I am my own person. Yeah, I'm on the roof. So, me and my do we get hit points back when we like?
When
like
you
a
regroup,
short rest
which
of
this
clothing,
would, when you regroup,
Does
which
count?
this would disqualify, you heal up to half until you're at half, which is 5. So
Alright.
if you were below
So
5,
now I
you
have
become 5.
I was below 5, so now I have 5. Me and my
Right.
5 hit points are chilling on the roof.
Don't worry, I intend to heal you the second that I see you. I was just waiting for you
Okay.
to regroup.
I'm just being contemplative and deep.
So, where is the doctor as we walk in?
At the let's try words again.
Words.
In the living room, at a table, working on some stuff, sitting on the sofa.
So we open the door and there's the doctor. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Welcome back,
Alvin,
Thanks.
Yeah. Zake.
you ready? You ready to leave again?
Falwyn.
Wait, what's going on? What happened?
So there's
Cannons.
cannons firing on the city. The
Rumble.
shields keeping us safe for now, but we can't move with them up. And
No
there is
diplomacy?
a diplomat from
Um,
roll credits. There's a diplomat from Suravane here who would
Do we know
like
who?
to offer us refuge.
do we know who, Nat? Did they mention the name?
Did they?
Probably not.
Oh yeah, that kind of got
It's one of
lost. in the-
Theodora. It did get mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay, it did get mentioned.
Theodora.
Don't know that one.
Okay. Well.
That's probably good actually, because I know the ones that are really bad. Probably.
Good.
Maybe.
Okay. That's
That's good.
hopeful. So they might be separate things. They might be connected. We need to go and scout up and see who is firing on us, and deal with that information when we go and talk to Theodora.
All right. That she's here worries me though. Okay. I think. I haven't seen where Lena is, but you know the usual. Probably on the roof.
How's Ro?
I've let them be alone. I left a box of donuts outside, but then Everett tried to take some, and I had to kind of smack his hand, and then I let him have some of these donuts. So I hope that they're okay, but I kind of just said that they were out there. If they're gone, Ro has taken them. That is good, but I didn't want to bother them.
I mean, I could go and check on Ro and see how they're doing. You guys could go talk to Lena.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I'll
probably
get
good.
Lena.
A little better at, yeah.
Rumble.
She's gonna say rumble once in a while. I love it.
We're working on it now. We're working on it.
It's just it's atmospheric.
Right. Go check
All right,
on
so we're
Ro
gonna
then.
pop into Ro's room with Tiny. Sam, tell us what we see.
Ro is curled up on the little, or big rather, dog bed poof that is next to their bed that they normally sleep on, with Tiny curled up with them. Ro is actually asleep right now, and the donuts are still outside the door because they were already asleep when the doctor came by, and they've just been, out. But in their hand is that little like sphere thing that they got from somebody for their birthday that has a hologram of the city from the day of Take Back.
The light trap.
The light trap. So they like fell asleep with that in their hand, and the hologram of the city is still up, just sort of hovering in their room.
I'm gonna add one detail. I think Tiny is sniffing at the bottom of the door frame as she can smell the donuts and is doing that like light scratchy. So I think as Ferris approaches, you just hear dog sniffing and some scratching.
She'll like pick up the box of donuts, lightly knock on the door and open it a little.
Tiny pokes a little head out, aggressively trying to get out and say hi. But beyond that, I think you gaze in and see Ro curled up.
Faris will give Tiny some scritches, of course.
But donuts.
And tear off a bit of a donut and throw it down for Tiny. Ro?
They sort of like shuffle awake, and they'll open their eyes, and they're, you know, when you like fall asleep after you've been crying a bunch and your face gets all like puffy and red, that's what they look like right now, and like half their hair is sticking up from sleeping weird on it.
Oh, Ferris just like melts. I know there's probably a lot of things you want to talk about right now, but I need to tell you that some of us have to go on a mission for Alika. You don't have to come with us if you don't want to. We're just going to scout something outside of the city. But if you want to come with us, of course, we'll always welcome your help, but I understand if you don't want to do that right now. I just didn't want to leave you alone if you didn't want to be.
What's happening?
Rumble.
The shields are up because someone's trying to attack us. We just need to go and see who it is, and then we're coming right back to the city. We're not going to engage.
I mean, I can help if you want some help, but I understand if you don't want my help after today.
Ro, your help is always extremely valued. You did nothing wrong, remember?
But I said I wouldn't let anyone hurt my pack, and everybody got hurt because of me.
Faris is gonna step into the room. Where did you say Ro sleeps again? They're not like on a bed.
Yeah, they're on like, you know, like one of those like sort of beanbag chair dog bed type things.
Right. Faris is just gonna go and sit on the floor next to the beanbag that Ro's sleeping in. She's got the box of donuts in her lap, opens it up in case Ro wants to take one. I think the doctor got these for you.
That was nice. They take one, but they don't actually eat it.
I also promised that I wouldn't let anything happen to you, and then I failed in that. And I feel awful about it. You didn't do anything wrong. It was our responsibility to protect you.
You asked what I wanted to do, and I said to keep going, so it was my fault we kept going, and then we found that roast meanie. So if I had said not to keep going, we wouldn't have had to fight him.
And we could have decided not to go in. And maybe we should have, but you were curious, and that's natural.
Didn't even really find anything out. just more questions now.
I know. And what we did find out was, well, it was horrible, and I'm not going to let it happen to you. You know that, right?
I know, but I don't want everybody to get hurt trying to keep me safe either. Not like that again.
We can handle ourselves. You know I'd do anything to keep you safe.
I know, but you need to be careful.
I think we all do. Maybe we were a bit reckless before, but this time we won't be.
Okay, I can come if you think I can help. I don't know.
She like leans in closer. It's up to you. If you feel like you can come, then I'll always want you there. But if you need time to yourself, that's understandable.
No, I'll come and help keep the pack safe.
I know you will. You stayed standing longer than I did in that fight.
Only 'cause the doctor helped. And you were so busy keeping him from doing bad stuff. I don't know what else he could have done, but I don't think it would have been good.
I don't think so either.
Okay.
So, we'll have some donuts, and then we'll go.
Okay. Rose like rubbing their puffiness out of their eyes with their hands and trying to smush their hair down.
And Ro, you are probably the bravest person I know. And so powerful. You don't need to doubt yourself, you know.
I'm gonna try. For all of you.
I think that's a great point to pull our camera away. My heart. So, popping up to question, just full candor. Do we need this scene with Lena, Zake, and Doctor? Do people got plans, or is it just assemble the team time?
It depends. If the doctor is coming as well, then we don't need the scene.
Yeah,
if
the
he's not
doctor was
to the
coming.
roof, then
I mean,
okay.
that's what he was told to do, and he's like, okay, well, I want to know what's going on, so yeah.
All right, so Avengers assemble in the living room with the donuts.
Am I Doctor Strange? Because I want
The
to be
source of
Doctor
our
Strange.
power. Look, I'm not saying I kind of based Ferris on Captain Marvel, but
You know?
Connections.
I can see it.
Some aesthetic connections, maybe.
All right, so everyone's together.
Mm-hmm.
Vanguard, what's the mission?
So we just need to scout. We don't want to engage with them if possible. We just need to find out who these people are. If we can get any inkling of why they're here, that would be useful, but mostly we need to know who we're dealing with before we go and talk to Theodora. If we see people from Sur up there, then, you know.
Honestly, hearing all this, I expect to.
But it sounds as though the council think it's forces from the Empire. So basically, we just need confirmation.
So, was there anyone specific who suggested it might be forces from the Empire?
Oh god, which of them was it again? Was it Gial or Garn?
All of them seem to suggest that it seemed like it was Empire forces. But it doesn't discard that they might be working in tandem, which is worrying, to say the least.
I'm just extremely suspicious of the timing of all of this.
Yeah, well, one of them is from my home. Oh, I'm not so sure that...
Oh yeah, we found that out today. Yeah,
oh,
that's another thing that... Yeah, that's another thing that sort of...
Faris wasn't too happy about that.
Makes me a little suspicious.
Yeah.
I mean, people come from where they come from. It's just the fact that it seemed very coincidental that this person is on the council, we get attacked, and the day before they are visited by someone from Soaring.
He's a very good cartographer. Mapping out lands is something that I've heard he is exceptional at. So, with a city like this, I figure it was easy for him to get into the council. I only hope that he is not doing so for nefarious reasons.
Do you know anything about him? I was meaning to ask.
He was always a good man. So, at the very least, I had trepidation about distrusting him, but he is still from my homeland. But some people from my homeland aren't all bad. I mean, look at me.
Yeah, of course, I didn't mean to make it seem as though I didn't trust him purely because he was...
Oh, no, don't trust people purely because they are from my homeland. Please. You hear that they are from there, do not trust them. You start with distrust, and then they earn trust.
That did leave me with a question, Doctor.
Yeah.
On the off chance that we do find people from Soaring out there, in the midst of the forces attacking, do you think it would be more useful or more hinderous to, take that little side project I've been working on with your help? I've gathered the armor.
Probably better. Dang it.
Okay.
What's this?
Well, you'll see in just a few minutes, 5 to 10. Discuss, plan. I'll be right back. And Zeke shoots upstairs.
Okay. So yeah, initially our approach should be stealth, undercover. So, Lena, I'm gonna need you on point.
That is smart. They are, what is the best way to say this? Shoot first, ask questions later type of people.
That's good to know.
All right.
That's if it's people from Soaring. We still don't know. But obviously people from the Empire aren't going to be happy to see us either. And they are currently shooting at us, rumble, rumble.
Is this when we do the Star Trek thing and shake our desk cameras?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, hit.
I was that bad actor on the show that started shaking beforehand.
Preemptive shaking.
The camera. We gotta do it again.
My favorite is when someone is sitting in a chair and then they just tumble over their computer monitor onto the floor
so good.
from
It's
a
so
perfectly
good.
seated position.
I love it.
Had some fun with it.
Always wondered why there were no,
Hand
seatbelts.
Seatbelts, yeah.
No seatbelts in
This is a
space.
problem.
Doctor, if we do encounter people from Soaring up there, is there anything else you might be able to tell us that will help?
Do not mention any sort of dark magic at all. Luckily, your magic is actually pretty much in the realm that they look at and go, oh, that one's fine. So anything you cast is fine.
Okay.
But Rose Magic 2 is actually mostly fine. Mine's a little
But
more questionable.
Zake's wand?
Yeah, we'll probably tell him not to use that if it is people from SOAR. They will take any reason at all, to bolster their own preconceptions. If they believe that we are using dark magic and you give them even the slightest inkling that they are correct, they will immediately take that as that they have been completely correct about every thought that they have had.
Well, that wand is bad news to begin with, so...
I agree.
Though convincing them not to use it might be a little more difficult.
But regardless of who is up there, I would rather we not get into a position where we're talking to them anyway.
Yes. Let's aim
There is
for...
a different rumble than normal. The rumble of something heavy landing in the road on the rim by your tower.
Can we
Look out the
see
window.
it?
Like
Yeah, can we look out the window?
There's a-
sound.
There's a gondola that has been parked on the rim next to you, next to your tower. It
Good.
also is outfitted with a telescope on the prow,
Mm-hmm.
so you can see farther.
Wonderful.
Zeke eventually
Hey.
comes down. Doctor, what are they wearing?
You know, if I'm going to be completely honest, I forgot. I was really hoping that we would get to the... I just said yes and was hoping that you would explain it all.
I am also confused.
Su-
I'm not supposed to be that way.
Suspecting that it was definitely going to be useful no matter what.
No.
What's happening?
What was it again?
What are we talking about?
Zeke walks down dressed in this fairly convincing Knight of Sur.
Right!
Outfit.
That! I remember now. I remember. You know...
And
just
now you
had-
say, you know what? Actually, on second thought, go change.
Rumble, rumble.
You know, it's not very... Oh...
What are you wearing?
It's armor.
Well, well, yes, I'm not an idiot.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So, wait. All right. 1 second.
Oh.
So, my name is Jürgen. I am Meister Jürgen Olfheim. I'm a Knight of Sur.
Yeah. Problem. Completely wrong accent here. Hold on, let me get back. German. Where am I? Okay, here I am. There's a problem with this. I did not think about this because of everything, but there would never be a Meister in the Vanguard. Probably not going to work.
I'll go change again.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Comes back.
I feel like we're wasting a lot of time here.
Rumble,
This time's
rumble.
fast.
Rumbling intensifies.
Yes.
Amid
Oh,
the
Zeke
most
never
recent
gets
bout
to
of
use their
rumbling,
disguises.
there is a knock on the door.
Oh god, I'll go answer it. It's
Answering
Albus.
the door.
He kills us all.
No, it's the mail carrier.
Oh, sweet death, I am ready to meet you.
It's a car. Our spiky-haired friend just hands over the entire stack of mail and says, also, I think there's delivery out on the street for you?
The gondola?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
How
yeah,
are
we
you
know about that.
feeling?
Don't worry.
I'm doing good today, Doctor.
Are you
Thanks,
sure?
Rosie.
Last time you told me that you were not.
You don't have time even if he's not.
There's
After
always
last time, I'm
time.
being more careful, I promise.
Good.
And he just kind of steps inside and just chunks down the pile of mail on the table.
That is a lot.
Zeke appears still putting a last boot on, like hurriedly. Okay.
As it,
Ready.
Lena probably started flipping through the mail as Zeke was like getting ready, just to see if there's anything for her.
You know, thinking about it, Zeke, actually, the diplomat probably brought a Meister with them, and if we brought Never mind. It doesn't matter.
I am not going.
Not worth it.
Don't go and change again.
Rumble, rumble.
You look,
Rumble, rumble.
Not
look
worth it.
great. Don't worry about it.
It's not the point.
Lena, there is no mail for you. However, there is mail for Ferris,
Oh,
Zeke,
God.
Ro, and the Doctor.
What does
What?
the letter look like?
Yeah.
Did all of
Wait,
you
is
get
it
pen
separate
pals
mail?
or something when I wasn't around? Because all of you have letters and I have nothing.
But
We
you
hate mail
after
can
today's
deal with that
newspaper.
next session.
We told you that we told people you were dead. It's fine.
Don't worry about it. I bet
For a
it's
tax
fan
break.
I bet it's just
You
fan
died
mail.
for like a minute and a half, and all of a sudden everybody's making a fuss. I came back.
I got better.
I got that.
In my situation, it's probably hate mail. We should go. And she throws the letter down on the counter.
Let me
Makes
just
note
really
to write
quickly.
Ferris anonymous fan letters.
Because of how important it may be, the Doctor will just quickly rip open his just to make sure it's nothing of import. It's like a quick scan,
That's
not even
now.
intending to read unless something catches his eye.
Nothing catches your eye, and I say that not because that's what it would likely be, but because my brain has done a full blank on what this is supposed to be.
Valid. You know
So
what?
clearly not important.
If it is important, Nat, the Doctor was just so preoccupied with other things, it didn't look it.
No, as the Doctor is ripping it open, Zeke just grabs their arms. You made me change twice. You're not going to open the damn letter now. Let's go.
As he's getting dragged away, he's just like, no, you really understand. It's gonna, no.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Iris is
stuff
already
the
walking
letter
out
in-
the door.
You stuff your letter in the pocket. Nat has remembered what it's supposed to be. You can check it later.
It is a letter that says, everyone's infected. Fuck.
It says
Zeke
you're
is the
supposed to send
imposter.
Lena a letter.
Oh, right. Ro can't even read.
Ro can
Ro
read
gets a letter
a couple
now.
words. Ro's like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Lena, you're last out the door, kind of getting all this to
That tracks,
heard
yeah.
out. And you actually spy one, not mail, because you're kind of gazing at the pile of mail.
just like
and on the
forlornly,
couch-
like that could be me.
Yeah. On the couch, discarded, is a comic. And you don't get a great look at it, but you can see on the big letters across the cover, it says the Magpie, and then there's a character that looks an awful lot like you.
I'm gonna grab it and like stick it in my bag.
Yep. Just
Stealing Ro's birthday present?
Borrowing. Like, what the fuck? Like, and then as we're like, I'm sure as everybody's like walking down the stairs, I'm like behind everyone just looking at me like, what the?
It is a dramatic graphic novel with, artistic licenses taken of this character who operates, in the Empire, helping out people by stealing from corrupt people and taking them down. You work with this really cool guy called the Blue Jay. You're definitely having like a will they, won't they romance subplot, but it's like aimed for kids, so it's really below the surface. It's like, are they gonna hold hands?
It's about the longing.
About the longing.
About the longing.
Is that
So as
why?
you're trailing, paging, the front
Yeah,
end of the entourage emerges out in the street where, as Gondor has been landed on, on the road, there is a scruffy white-haired guy standing there, and as you come out, he calls out, "Took you long enough. Do you need me to fly it, or you got that?"
We got that.
Don't even mention taking long time. Anyway,
Yeah, I took
Anyone
15
can try to
years of
fly a gondola.
flying.
If you have to make evasive maneuvers or something, there might be a roll involved.
I would hate, and just kind of just side whisper to Faris. I would hate for something to happen to this lovely person.
That's what I was thinking.
But have you ever flown a thing like this?
I
can
have
give it a
not.
try. But...
And he kind of his finger, he's looking at the crowd, and he's like, you, and he points at Zeke, come here, I'll give you a quick tutorial.
But
And
guess
I
I'm doing
ride
this.
on the outside of the gondola.
No!
Lena.
I
mean, they're
feel like
open
my
air.
vision will be less obstructed, and I can do a better job seeing things and assessing the situation, were I not
I
obstructed
stopped
my
listening.
vision.
I stopped listening. No!
Remember that we're trying to be discreet here?
I feel like
I'm gonna pull my hood up and go invisible. It's like, I'm discreet, baby. I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm
That last-
and then my
1 minute later, it vanishes.
it's
I
like
can
put
see.
down, put down.
I'm really
Do you want to learn
feeling.
to fly this thing or not?
Yeah, show me. Yeah,
Come here.
sorry.
And he sits down. There's this little orb, and it's made of wood. It's and it floats in this little housing, just in place. There's like a little almost magnetic attraction to this one spot. It's actually kind of like the Iron Eyes, but it's much less doomy and not made of abyssal iron. And it kind of sits down one side, and has you sit down the other side. That's doomy. And he's like, "Give me your hands. Give me your hands. Come on." And he cups your hands to the other
First
side. Shut up. And he just kind of positions them so that he's holding your hands in. Okay, now you got to focus on the thing. Imagine it spinning. Don't
Oh,
just
it's been
feel
alright.
it. Come on. And then as you're focusing, the boat starts to just grind to rotate. And it's like, there you go. That's it. And you put your hand away. You just got to feel it.
That was the shittiest I got it. Don't worry. It's fine.
Do you feel confident in this, Zeke, or?
110%.
That's not possible.
Hey, they let anyone fly these things. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
They let anyone. Somehow I don't want to take one ever again. All right, let's go.
Okay, can we go now? Rumble, rumble.
Yes.
Rumble, rumble.
Everyone
And this guy
inside the
Eats
gondola.
himself. This
Leaves
guy eats
like-
himself off the
Right, you
side
get
and takes like 5 big steps away, like it's a helicopter. Just get his way in case bad things
Smart.
happen.
Whereas Lena's like in the process of like tying herself to the side of it, like,
Oh my
Lena.
fucking God.
Lena, we need you up there.
yeah, you
You're
need
our
me up
spy.
there, pointing to
No.
the top of the gondola.
We need you when we get up to wherever these people are attacking from. Can we not take risks right now?
I really don't see a difference because when we get up there, I'm gonna need to climb out of the gondola anyway. It feels safer to start on the gondola.
Isn't it better if you're over at the spyglass that can see really far? Because you're really good at seeing things, aren't you?
Spyglass? Spy?
Oh, well, that's
Seems
what
like
these
a
are for.
Match made in heaven.
I've got a pair of spy glasses.
I hate
Oh,
this.
never mind. Yes, so
I love it.
just trying to get them.
Need I
on
remind
that
you
thing.
that I did swing from under the city into a giant mushroom with 0 complications whatsoever?
And
So-
no
I
one
can't
liked
sit
it.
on top of a gondola?
I thought it was pretty neat.
That's just sitting. I sit all the time.
When we get home, can someone please remind me to get Lena to fucking buy a wing glider or something so that in case they fall off of something again.
Can
Why?
we just go?
Why are you
Can we
giving
just
her
go?
more ideas? Let's
That's
go.
when I was a kid. There was a.
I could.
Focus on the
I can
orb,
build that.
like there's no tomorrow.
As your so the orb feels your anger as your frustration floats into it, and it takes off just a little too fast, jarring everyone into their seats. And you realize
I'm
that
an
if you get
ardent.
if you get
Damn
your
it.
temper up a little bit, this thing gets a little peppy.
Yeah, it's basically
I
I'm
will
an
put-
ardent, but just works with gondolas.
I will begrudgingly
Just
sit
flying
down
boats.
in the gondola. Just like, I'm gonna sit
You
close
know-
to Zeke and just make a real big show of me being very unhappy about it.
You're
Oh
distracting
yeah,
me.
like Pout City, population
are-
Lena.
You're distracting me. I will crash
Well, I
this
wouldn't
damn
be
boat.
well, I wouldn't be
Don't do that.
distracting you if I was up on top of the gondola. I'm distracting you here. I wouldn't have been distracting you if you had just
Right.
like let me live.
Paris
So,
is
as-
disassociating at the back of the gondola.
as you are traversing away from the city, you are quickly swallowed by the mists of the canyon, and get to the point where quite rapidly you can't see anything besides the boat and the fog.
I just want to say, as we leave the city, just an important thing, the doctor will just walk over to Ro and give them a hug, because he hasn't been able to yet. Just a big hug.
A tight hug back.
And then just go, did good. You did real good.
Thank you.
With my special magic glasses, I can see things that are far away, I can see infrared, and I can see if things are illusions. So I'm just like forlornly looking out the window like Javert, just really bemoaning the fact that I am inside and not outside. But I'm also using my skills to see
I feel like
things.
it's my fault that this whole thing's happened because the cabin on these things is quite small. Most of it's open air.
How dare
I don't
you?
think I communicated that very well.
No, it's
That's what
funnier
I was
this way.
picturing.
Yeah, that's what I was
Oh,
picturing.
I was picturing like a pod.
Oh, you mean like the hanging gondolas. I'm taking more inspiration from the waterborne.
Yeah, I was totally
Oh.
picturing
Yeah.
like a Venice gondola.
Yeah, I was
but
thinking
Yeah,
like
same.
That's what I was kind of
a
seeing,
tram
yeah.
gondola.
That
I was
makes
seeing a
sense,
Venice
though.
gondola with like 4 pillar things
With
to
like
a roof.
sails.
Like a
That's kind of
saily
what I'm
roof thingy.
picturing.
Yeah.
I think at some
And
point
an emotional orb.
And an
and an emotion orb.
Why do we let Nunu touch the orbs?
I don't know.
It's fine.
Orb.
Like
I
we
think
crash and kill us all.
I think at some point as we're going, we'll be like, should I can try and fly like above the fog or something and tell you if I see anything.
Yeah, I think that would be really useful. You can speak to Zake, tell him what direction it would be best to go.
Just
Okay.
try to stay out of sight though. Be something small.
Small and inconspicuous.
Yeah.
Okay.
And please
I
do let
will
me
do
know.
it. I
My
will.
confidence kind of dropped from 110 to 75.
I can
Oh,
fix
you're
that.
doing so good.
I can fix that.
You
No!
fix that.
The last thing this world needs is confidence, Zeke.
Okay, Rose trying.
We're all going to the shadow realm if Zeke is confident.
Hell yeah, baby!
Yeah, baby.
Party in the shadow realm.
All right. So, Ro, what are you turning into? And you flying up?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn into. They said something small, so I'm gonna turn into a sparrow, if you will. And fly on up and just sort of like skirt, like just above the fog, like cover. Trying to
I'm
like.
so reeling from Sparrow.
You're welcome.
Listen, it was glorious. Don't you dare not.
All right, so you skirt just above the fog. So as you crest through the fog of Sombermore Canyon, you can feel the rumble emanating from Valarith. Now it's more of a sound than a physical feeling. You can see a slight glow, both in the beacon and the force field below the fog, where Valarith is, belying its location. On 2 sides of this canyon are grand wooden lashed siege engines, trebuchets. Weapons you've certainly seen the Empire employ, but are widely spread. You see figures with unmarked uniform, ragtag, more honestly. Yeah.
Okay. And they're on like either side of this cannon?
Yes. At this point, you have gone a decent amount away from Valarith down the canyon, or as it's starting to narrow, and you seem to be solidly outside of their attack area.
Okay, so they definitely don't seem to have at least seen us. They're focused on Valarith right now. Okay.
And they definitely didn't notice a sparrow
Right.
from like 200 meters or whatever it is.
So I'll what words? I'll telepathically communicate to Zig. It doesn't say how many I can. It just says like I can speak to my party.
Sure.
So if I can just tell everybody, I'll be like, there's I see people on both sides of the canyon, but they have those big slingshot thingies like the Empire had, but they don't have the same armor. Nobody matches this time. I don't recognize any of their colors or pictures or anything.
Ro, how long are you watching? Is it a quick dip, or is it like you're gonna circle and look at them for like a minute?
Circling a little bit, trying to see if there's like, anything different to see or any movement.
On the east side of the canyon, there seems to be an individual in charge. 40s, darker complexion, some pepper in the black hair. Sorry, not black hair. So some pepper in kind of it's kind of fiery. They're in pretty standard leathers with some heavier armor plates. But the thing that catches your eye is the spear. It's not like a Ferris spear, but it's not that grand. It's simple, but it's the same kind of weapon. If you're trained with Ferris's spear, you could use this one.
Okay.
And auburn would be a great word to describe the color of that hair.
Okay. But they're not wearing like the spear doesn't match Ferris's. It just looks kind of similar in style.
Yeah, that kind of a spear like sometimes gets used, but it's heavy and it's built for like hardcore battle. A lot of spears are just like simple. This is what I could craft. This is what's on hand.
Right.
Pretty light. This thing's for killing people.
Right. Okay.
Kind of like a glaive.
Love a
No,
glaive.
he
No
said
comment.
spear pretty clearly.
Yeah, I mean, they're interchangeable.
I don't
I've
know. I've
learned
heard
this.
glaive.
To glaive.
To glaive. Okay, so when I see that person, I'll be like, I see someone who maybe could be in charge, I guess. They've got, I don't know, like a fancy kind of spear-looking thing. I think yours is prettier, Ferris. But it still looks really nice.
How does that work, Sam? Can we reply
we
back,
talk
or is this
back?
one
I
way?
believe it's one way, isn't it?
It doesn't really,
it's one
again,
way.
it's very vague. Let me
Just
scroll
for
back up.
Aesthetics, why don't we say you dip down?
Messages, So,
Okay.
yeah, I'll dip back down if, because that seems like I would need to communicate more. But,
Yeah,
as I go
just-
down, I'm relaying it, so when I get there, you already know.
The sparrow comes and lands on the spyglass.
So people
So-
in mismatched armor
Mercenaries?
would be the most likely thing, or they're just not wearing their colors, so they go
Right.
unrecognized.
I mean, the knights typically wouldn't, so it sounds odd for them, but no.
And this leader that you think you saw, Ro,
Yeah.
were they alone? Isolatable, at least?
They were just standing sort of by themselves, right? Or,
They were between two of the siege engines coordinating the crews.
okay. They were
So there,
between...
if you were to, for instance, talk to them, you'd have at least 9-10 people to
Right.
contend with.
weren't all alone. They were, I guess, arranging the attacks or something. They were between two of the big slingshots.
Right. And did they maybe look like anyone we saw back during the battle or anything? Did you recognize them at all?
I don't think Ro does, do they? They didn't look like anybody I saw with the Emperor or Arvis or anyone.
Well, note that the spear is similar in function to the Emperor's. like the actual Emperor's spear,
Just in terms of like being a well-made kind of thing.
but well made of that size and that weight distribution.
I don't recognize any of the people, but that person's spear kind of looked like the Emperor's. Not as nice, but I don't know. Maybe like the same person made it.
Was there anything distinctive about the design or what they were wearing?
It was like heavy and it was really nice. So it wasn't like the spears that, you know, like meanies in my forest would have, where they just sort of like made it with stuff, you know? It was really nice. And they had, kind of like reddish hair. And they're, I don't know, a little older, I guess. I mean, everybody's older than me, so I'm not really good at giving numbers.
So they were 14.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure they were more than 14, but I don't know.
If you wanted, you could hazard a periscope rise.
Ferris does kind of frown when Rose says red hair, but doesn't really mention it yet.
You've seen my face before. You think they are older than me or younger than me? To note, the doctor looks like he's late 50s.
Okay, then what did you... How old were they now? You said they were like middle-aged or so?
40s. Mid-40s.
Mid-40s. Okay.
Little gray coming in.
Alright, so be like, I don't know, I guess maybe a little younger? They had, like white, gray stuff in their hair, but I couldn't, like, see, you know, their face close up or anything.
Right, so somewhere
I could see
between
the gray.
14 and 60. Got it. Little gray in the hair, though, probably 40s at least.
Okay.
Do you think you can go back up and see if there's anyone at all? Doesn't need to be this person that we could perhaps maybe try and snatch would be the correct terminology.
Okay. Like somebody who wandered away from their pack?
Exactly.
Okay. Ro gets that, and they'll be like, all right, and they zip back up.
As Ro leaves, the doctor's going to turn to Zeke and goes, that reminds me. Zeke, until I tell you that these are definitely not the Knights of Sor, please do not use your wand, because that will give them a reason to attack the city.
Sure.
Nothing that looks like dark magic. If they see anything that looks like dark magic, they will go ham.
Okay.
You weren't there when we were talking about it, so I was just letting you know now.
I wonder what I was doing. Anyway, sure, yeah, no, I'll avoid any magic. I can take care of myself without it. It's okay.
Sure. So, Ro, there are some people who are... So, on either side of Somber Moor Canyon, there are these crews that are lined up. There's about 6 of them total. On your keen eyes, your keen birdish eyes, can spot that actually posted up around them, looks like on the edges of the canyons, are sentries. They're like they're hidden in place to keep its eye on anyone approaching from the ground. But the way they're structured, if you time it well or are quick, you might be able to grab one before anyone else noticed.
Back and like relay it to the others. Be like, I can try to sort of help guide the boat that way. Or, well, I guess the fog ends there. I'd say I could just turn into a big bird and try to grab someone, but I don't know how well that would work.
I think we need to think this through if this is the direction we're going in.
I mean, it's just an option.
It's a good option. I can make them talk. We have other ways to make them talk. It's the matter of what happens to them afterwards that I'm concerned about.
It depends on the answer, but I would say that we have to take them with us. Come on, they are attacking our city. It's just fair.
That's true. I'm just trying to. I don't want to fuck up again.
That's a good fear to have.
Ferris, you haven't fucked anything up. What are you talking about?
Oh, you clearly haven't read the papers today. Maybe don't do that.
Did they talk about...
I mean, the mail just came as we were leaving, so...
Oh yeah, Doctor, we're in the newspapers.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
But of course, all the blame
Wait,
is
all
on
of us?
me
It's
and
not your fault.
the Doctor.
It is... That is not your fault at all. Anyone's at fault, it is me.
This conversation, I mean...
Yeah, not right now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So we could...
if we go stealthily with the gondola, then Lena, I think you're up to do a quick drop in and grab. Now, out of character, you have your like shooty thing, right?
Yeah.
So if you get close enough, you could shoot the tower and go stealthily, and then we can pick you up. Then you have 2 instances of timing it correctly instead of doing that all in one go.
Wait, what's this?
You want me to grab a person?
Mm-hmm.
You want me to grab an... you know that I'm the size and shape of me, right? You want me to grab an armored person
I have
and then bring them...
full confidence in your abilities.
Oh,
what exactly
actually,
would Lena
no,
be doing?
that's totally fine, because I can make them, I could make them go to sleep or something. So,
See?
it's fine. It's fine, this is totally within my skill set, and I get to swing on a rope across the
Do you
canyon,
want
so...
backup, just in case?
I mean, if it's
Rowan
just one
animals
person... If it's just one person, I should be fine. If Ro does want to come, and the last time Ro and I went somewhere together, things went fine. Actually, it's fine.
Faris in her golden armor is about to volunteer herself, by the way.
No, I can do it if you want to just... Zake will know if anything goes wrong.
This is so impractical, but I just want to remind people, I could turn someone to stone for a minute.
I just lug a statue into the gondola.
No, I have I have a
Can't
I
call
have
for
a-
help if they're a rock.
I have a poison that
Depends on the type of rock.
I have one that can make people fall asleep, and I have one that can paralyze people.
Oh, nice.
So that's not
That's covered.
an ish.
I do have a question. How far outside of the mist would the closest person be?
How far out of the
Far
mist?
enough that it's hard, but close enough that it's possible.
I mean, I could
One
also...
way to find out.
In quest terms, which distance would you use, Nat?
They're not quite nearby right when you
Damn
get out of the fog.
But still in
I mean, I
range
can
if
also-
needed.
I can also lure people to a certain spot if I cast a sigil on it.
All right.
Well, let's.
The only reason
Oh,
I ask
yeah.
is because of I've been learning wizard stuff. I can teleport to nearby locations and then put somebody to sleep.
Well, I think I should be able to.
You can go invisible,
that-
which is useful as well.
Yeah, I can use shadow, and I can use my hook to get close, and then make them fall asleep and bring them back. That
You
shouldn't.
know what?
I mean, that's
If something
easier
goes
than a lot
wrong,
of
I
things I've
will
tried.
teleport. But otherwise, I think you're.
yeah. If you want to be on standby, like I said, Zake will be able to tell if anything
Yes.
goes badly.
Sure.
That's good.
I mean, I was also just suggesting I could maybe lure them away from their post a little closer, and then you could make them fall asleep. Just to
I mean, it's a
put a bit less risk for you.
I'm just afraid there might be an alarm if they spot a strange person.
I like risk. I like a little bit of risk. It'll be fine.
Liking risk is fine, but if you think it's too risky,
I know. I have done far riskier things. This should be fairly cut and dry.
that does not mean it's better. But I'm going to trust you on this. Yep.
I mean, I
No,
feel more
you're
confident
good.
about this than I did swinging from underneath the city or climbing Darnell's balcony that one time. And I mean, everything's fine. This is great.
So, that is only a 50% success rate, because I remember what happened when you climbed.
Oh, I climbed the balcony. Just the bad things happened once I got up there. The second time.
Valid.
Anyway,
I trust you.
So, let's do it. What happens first?
Let's do it. What do we need to rise out of? Well, no, because we can stay in. I don't know, like
Just need to
proximity
It's
wise.
like
what needs to happen.
stealthily land somewhere, I guess.
Yeah, because
I think Ro
No,
will
we can
stay
pop
in
out of the
Sparrow.
mist. Yeah, that's probably. Fine.
Yeah,
we can
so,
pop
like,
out
I
of
just
the
need
mist,
to get-
drop off Lena, and then go back into the mist until.
Yeah.
yeah,
Just a really quick drop off.
yeah.
Yeah, and then Ro
Oh.
can warn us in the gondola when Lena is ready, and we pop back up.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to do both things, but Ro has their cloud call thing. We could, in theory, extend the fog a little bit because it centers wherever Ro is. So if they hang out on the gondola, I can give us like a little bit of cover.
Okay, in that case, Zeke can also go out of the gondola and help Lena, because if we're in the fog, then it should be fine. I don't know.
Let me.
Yeah, well, yeah,
I think
I'll
it just
be.
says nearby areas. Let me double check.
That would suffice. It works.
Okay, yeah, it
Yeah, that
says
sounds
like
great.
it's everything nearby in fog centered on me.
Yeah, so yeah, because Lena can shoot her from within the fog into the tower and then go. Zeke has a automatically coiling rope that he can use to do the same, basically, so they can both go.
All right. So if
Just
you
like
use that, there's
Alliance.
no roll for the contact point. Cover the LZ. If Ro uses that.
Yeah, I think that's probably a better plan.
Yeah.
I could either do that or I could be a bird and guide people to, make sure nobody's looking or whatever. I feel like either way it's about equivalent.
So
I mean, I feel like
Super
Lena,
they
useful
could
things.
figure it out.
Lena, it's up to you. Do you want to do it alone with Ro's bird's eye view, or do you want to have the cover of the fog and I go together? You and I go together.
Well, just like old times, right?
Just like old times.
At the very least, with the fog, if something goes wrong, that puts me close enough to get to you.
Same.
Oh, actually, by the way, Doctor, if there's any way I can get a top off.
Oh yeah, no, I
Before-
already did that. I took it off my AP and everything. I said I would do it the second that we came to you.
Didn't you notice?
Nope. I'm so
Stealth
used
hug.
I'm so used to feeling like shit,
hug.
you know?
Like, how do you not realize that you have been topped off?
Oh, I don't know.
You know, I should
Alright.
probably do that to
So-
myself, actually, because I'm only at 5. We just...
Ro, you D-bird and invoke a little magic.
T-bird!
D-bird.
Bird.
Yeah.
Chicken wings.
For a moment, the sun seems to shine just a little bit brighter as the fog rolls out. You're able to pull up on the edge of the canyon. There's just a little bit of a climb up to the surface. It is nearby.
You said this was like a watchtower kind of thing, or did I misheard?
Actually, this one's just kind of has a little camp, and
Oh.
it's kind of camped by a tree. They're on ground level.
Sure, fine.
Yeah, they have a crossbow. Watch out, they're pointy.
I'm gonna dip my arm knife and one of my boot knives in blue poison. Mark off that AP.
What does that one do?
That one, the victim falls asleep for 1 hour.
Nice.
All right.
So, I mean, it's a decent amount of time, but at least it's a way that we know
So-
that we can get them back
So-
without issue.
You two get to the rim of the canyon. You can see this individual camped about a tree just off from the edge. They're on the other side of the tree, so they're a little bit hard. Ideally, you think so. They were a little harder to spy from the other side or over the canyon, but that didn't stop Ro with those sparrow eyes.
Right. Yeah, so I'm gonna turn shadow on
Like a whisper.
and boost myself up over the canyon wall.
Zeke will stay. So Zeke will turn to you. All right, so you go in. It's your job. I'll stay a bit behind, see if anyone else comes. I'll deal with them if they hinder you.
Okay,
Good luck.
perfect. Thank you. And
I'll help you carry afterwards.
I was just about to say I definitely cannot carry them on my own. Okay. Like up and over and like sneak over, and I just literally just want to like boop, do like a poke. If they're like they're sitting like against a tree, you said?
As you approach, actually, you can clock. They're sitting on a chair. Bit of an odd choice. Right to the other, on the other side of the tree.
Yeah, I want to kind of just like sneak up behind. I just want to like, just enough for it to be night time.
Why don't you roll the die?
Okay, I switched dice, thinking that maybe this would help.
I believe in you.
And it does, because that's a 20. Hey.
All right, so you give them a little prick, and they're like, and after the prick, they kind of slap their neck like it's a mosquito or something.
Mosquito.
And then they pull it away, and there's a little bit of blood, and they're like, "What the heck?" And they just collapse backwards, still sitting in the chair.
And there's nobody around. There's no other people around.
So Zeke would
You rolled a nat 20, baby. You're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I just wanted to know, like, is it good if I like put my hood down? Like, there's nobody around.
Oh, so since you're explicitly saying you're like looking up from this position, you do notice there's a bit of a mechanism on the chair hanging underneath.
I'm gonna. Can I just like kind of take a look under the chair?
Sure.
I want to.
There seems to be
actually. So what I'm gonna do is, if I see there's a I want to like reach my hand under them and push down on it, and then look underneath, just in case they fall off of the chair and it's like a weight.
As
thing.
you slide your hand under their butt, you can feel that there is some sort of pressure plate there. As you look down, there is a weight pressure mechanism.
Can I attempt to fiddle with it and make it not work anymore?
Yeah, totally. Roll a die.
Come on, baby.
A great time to fail.
Baby. That's a
Just narrative
14. 14?
That's a success. All right, so
wow, Nat.
you disable the device by jamming it closed so the thing won't push out.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. All right. Then I will.
Tippy-toe near the scene of the crime and starts.
You just see the body like moving like in really small motions because Lena's still invisible. Like,
One arm, the other arm, head.
And then, like, once you walk over, I'll put the hood down. Be like, all right. The chair, super weird. The chair was like, there was like a pressure plate on it that, like, if they were to get up off of the chair, it would have done something.
In case someone took out the sentry, maybe. Yeah.
I fixed it, and by fixed it, I mean I broke it.
Good.
But,
all right, let's hurry back.
Yeah.
That's
you get
odd.
the top bits, and I'll get the feet.
Okay.
All right.
Grab the arms.
So
As
you're going,
the butt's
can you
like dragging. I'm just like.
Excellent. As you go, can you each roll a d6 complication die? Don't roll a 1.
4.
Now I need to get a d6 out.
Proud of you.
Ooh, that's a 6.
All right, you're both good. You get down to the cliffside and are able to slide down below the rim where you would be visible from up top with the body.
Just like old times.
No issue.
Glide down right onto the gondola with an unconscious sentry.
Do we have any rope or anything? Or
Sure.
handcuffs?
We have rope. Of course we have rope.
Cool.
Magic
Start tying up that dude immediately.
Sure.
So we're gonna have to wait a bit because he's not gonna wake up for an hour. Or
Oh
so.
no.
No matter what we do?
I mean, I don't know. Oh,
'Cause
well,
try.
I mean, I have. Let me see if I've got any like antidote with me in my bag, and it's just like bottles rattling around, like clink, clink, clink. Be like, yeah, you can try this, and I'll toss it to the doctor. Like,
Before we wake him up, should we move the gondola somewhere a little bit further away and more discreet?
Already on it.
Probably a good idea.
The gondola moves.
Zeke emotions at the gondola.
You piece of shit.
You know, it responds best to love. All the best gondola racers love their boats.
He wants to go
The way I got this
fast.
to move is to curse at it.
Zake's feeling a lot of pride having just successfully done that, and he's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Faris will also turn to Lena and Zeke and be like, "Good job."
Thanks.
Congrats,
No, it
you
doesn't
kidnapped
look
a
like
man.
it, but we do have some experience.
We've done. I mean, I can't.
I
say we
didn't
have
doubt you. I was
this
complimenting
particular.
you.
We didn't have this particular brand of experience. We're not
Nope.
kidnappers,
Now we are.
but now we are. Now we're kidnappers, I guess.
Add that to your CV. Let's go.
Yeah. Yep.
Doctor, you're looking at the antidote that Lena's taught you, and it's just effectively smelling salts.
I literally did like, because that's exactly what I expected it to be. It's like, oh,
Lena
okay, yeah, know what
is
this is.
smart enough. She is exactly as smart as she needs to be.
No more, no less.
No more, no less.
Okay, so, also, we are in a canyon, so I assume any amount of screaming might
We should.
echo. So just someone. Okay.
Perfect. Faris will
I'll
be
be
right
over
there.
here because I'm not. I got him. I'm not good at talking to people, so I'm just gonna be over here, and I'm just gonna.
Oh, I plan to immediately
gonna-
cast a spell on him. Don't worry.
I'm gonna pull the comic out of my bag. And just like.
Zeke, as the comic gets pulled out, you spy the sidekick character who seems to have taken the blue aesthetic and just made it the entire character. It's really doing a disservice.
Yeah. What the fuck
I
is
think.
that?
I think this is what Alika gave to Ro. I think. Look, and I'm just gonna.
No, I mean,
like,
I mean the blue piece of shit.
I don't
What
know,
is
but if
that?
it's supposed to be you,
It's
I
the
don't-
blue jay? The blue
That's not even
jay?
the right.
What?
That's not even the right name.
I am offended.
You should be.
You
They
should
got
throw
me,
that
like,
overboard.
But look how cool I look.
Yeah, sure. You do.
I mean-
you're right. You do look cool.
Thank you. But A, who the fuck is writing this? B,
I don't know.
where did they get Blue? Like, Blue Jay's a little too on the nose, and Shrike was so much cooler.
No. Yes, thank you, of course. But it's everything. It's blue from head to toe.
Really, it speaks to a lack of creativity.
It's a graphic novel, and they painted a character in one color. Anyway,
Yep,
it's fine. But it
It's
looks
cool.
cool.
It's cool. We just don't let Ro know that I took it. I just got really wrapped up in the moment because, like,
I don't think they mind, but
this is weird.
nice. Looking at the cover, does the magpie have 2 functioning arms or 1 robotic arm and 1?
Oh crap! That.
It actually has 1 robotic arm, although the style is a little different.
Okay.
Is there an author listed on the cover of this book?
Yes, Megan, tell me the author list on this book.
Oh, jeez. Nope, it's by Anonymous now. It's by.
It could be a pen name.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like, it's by.
Emma.
I don't know.
It does
It's
also say
a-
inspired by a true story.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
I wrote this book. This is now all. Who cares about Zeke getting out of the shadow? This is all Lena cares about now.
I know who wrote it.
Forget saving Zake's soul. I need to know who wrote this fanfic of me.
Lena's superhero name should be Tunnel Vision because that's her entire deal. The
look.
the name
author.
written.
Wow.
Yeah, the name written on it is let's go with J.L. Finch is the author's name on the cover.
Keep the bird going on.
Yep.
I like it.
Thing.
Yeah.
It was Rose's birthday gift, but really it's my gift to Megan.
Bless you and also curse you. Yep. Sorry, Zake. It's been real. But
This is the plot now.
Yeah, this is a true
Alright.
calling.
Shall we? Are you getting back onto Valarith before you talk to this person? So that no one can hear them scream?
on Valarith, no one can hear you.
I can cut their vocal cords. It's no. Oh wait, that would not be useful. Never mind.
But don't we want to? Maybe we should put on masks or something so they
I
can't,
already have one.
Okay.
So does Zake.
So we got.
Ro puts their
two-
mask that they got to
All
match
right.
the doctor up.
So I'll just be because I mean, if we can just obscure who we are,
Yeah.
then we can just kind of
Sure.
dump them out, and they won't be able to be like, oh, a group of people looking just like this abducted me.
Who we
I will
are.
point out.
Well, we have Paris in her armor, 13-year-old Ro. Plague
Zake-
A
doctor.
plague doctor, yeah.
I will also add to
Listen,
that these
Lena
flying
is not a
gondolas are
tactician.
pretty associated with Valarith.
And the heroes of a well-known, comic book.
All right, do you want me to
Zake
We
stab-
kinda-
also got the Valarith paper today, so we've seen this already.
They kind of grumbles to the
Alright.
side that,
Second-
sure, she gets a graphic novel, but I'm the one with the mask. This is bullshit.
follow-up question then what, this is probably something we should have asked before we took this person, but what are we going to do with them afterwards? Do you, if you want, I do have a poison that after
No.
a set amount of days they just
No.
mysterious
No.
circumstance.
No, we
not
can keep
murdering
them as a
them.
political prisoner. I mean, that is what literally
Yeah.
most nations do.
I was going to say, if we
But
take
that-
them back to Valarith, then they can be held there as a prisoner as part of an army that attacked the city and be returned to their people when we figure this out.
Oh, so it'd be like they get to go in the room we were in when we met.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe a little bit better. Often political
probably
prisoners that are
nicer.
useful are, yeah.
Maybe an actual room.
It was ugly.
All right, that sounds like a good idea. Let's
It's
head back.
Rose takeaway from jail.
There is a slight problem, which is maybe perhaps this specific soldier doesn't know shit about what's happening.
That
Or
is
is
possible. So
Possible.
then we go get another.
That would suck. Yeah, we just gotta get more.
One by
Rumble,
one, we win the
rumble.
war.
We just one by one capture them all.
Then we don't have to worry about it.
It's Pokemon, baby.
Hells yeah. Let's go, soldier.
Okay, so are you doing this back on Valarith, or is it just on the boat?
We're going back to
we
Valarith,
could be
right?
sort of. We could be sort of
Halfway.
near Valarith on the gondola.
Okay.
So-
Being prepared to
so
take
that
them
you-
back as prisoner.
So if you don't like them, you can eat them
them.
off into the bottom of the
Yeah.
canyon.
Oh, no.
And
We
just
We
say
could
they
put
got
like a
lost on the way back.
Batman,
Yeah.
make them think we're gonna drop
No,
in.
listen, we do not just kill people.
Tell us!
Where's the trigger?
That's why I asked
Where
if
are the
you were
drugs
bad.
hiding?
Sorry, this is like a super serious mission. And
Okay, I've played enough TTRPGs to know that sometimes this is just what happens.
Valid.
It was a really tense start to the session, so now we're just
Yeah.
hysterical.
All right, so
All right.
so you wake them up,
back.
smelling salts. He awakens
Hand
them,
over
assuming
mouth.
It's called
tied them
ammonium
and taken away
carbonate.
their weapons, have a
Yeah.
mouth.
Yeah.
Ferris, go.
She's got her hand over their mouth.
Don't forget to do the voice.
I need you to be quiet. We just need to ask you some questions, okay?
Nod.
Nod. If I take my hand away from your mouth, you're not going to scream or yell. You're just going to answer our questions and you'll be fine. We don't want to hurt you.
Otherwise...
Doctor just clip some like medical pliers and be like, I could remove your teeth if you do.
Doctor.
Lena's just across the gondola and just like reaches her robot arm up and just like extends the knife and then pulls it back in and then just goes back to doing whatever she's doing.
Breathing in.
I would like to cast Compel Truth on them now, please.
Oh, yeah. Give me your questions.
Oh, you were going to do that. I didn't need to. Okay.
I said it earlier.
Just look at him like, I am so sorry. I would never do that. That is just horrible. That is malpractice.
All the time.
All right, there's a die roll for the truth thing in this game.
I rolled an 11, which is still somehow they still answer 3 questions truthfully. So we're all
Keep in mind that we adjust the spread. So 11, 12 is part of the next one down.
Is it?
Yeah.
But I swear I rolled an 11 on it before and it was fine. What's that?
Let me check.
Oh, so but the next one down would be the target is compelled to answer 1 question truthfully.
Well, it's in the middle. Let's go. We haven't actually. I'm not sure if we super defined if that applies to all the secondary ability tables.
Yeah, sorry. I thought it was just the. I thought it was just the 19. Anyway, so we get 2 questions that they'll definitely answer truthfully.
Okay.
So Faris will, like, her eyes glow for a moment, and then she lifts her hand away. Thinking of how to word things, sorry.
Something like who is behind the attack?
Yeah, because there's like multiple people.
Yeah.
Who is behind this attack on Valarith?
He thinks for a moment. Like, he actually honestly thinks about it.
Oh, gosh.
He says, our leader is won by Canaan, but our goal is to collect bounty from the Empire.
Elaborate. Not a question.
There is a lot of money up from the Empire to assist in the recapture of this city. And given its history, we figured it might be a noble pursuit.
Don't kill one
However,
emperor.
that involved keeping you from running away.
God damn, it's so aware I only have 1 question. So out of character, they're saying keeping us from running away. So I'm like, holding us here until someone else gets here? Maybe?
That's what I'm trying to imply.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
What about asking if anyone else is involved? I don't know if that's a waste of a question or not, but...
We need to know about, potentially, if the knights are involved.
Could just ask about that.
I don't see them working with the Empire, but doesn't mean they aren't.
I think it's better if we take that out of the equation completely, even if it costs us a question.
Definitely. Are the Knights of Sur involved in this at all?
Knights of who?
Okay, that answers
Good.
that.
All right.
I mean, we can still, out of character, we can still question him.
Yeah, just
I mean, you asked him to elaborate, and he did, so he seems
Yeah.
at least a certain amount amenable to
Yeah.
not getting stabbed.
Clink, clink.
So, is your plan simply to hold us here until someone else comes to collect the city?
If I'm going to keep answering questions, I want to guarantee that I will not be harmed.
You will not be harmed,
Yeah, no, I mean, come on.
so long as you're civil.
He looks at Lena, and he looks at the doctor, and then looks back.
I literally already told you that I was... It was a threat. I would never. It is against my...
No, all right, doctor. Just no
Is
need
it
to
Lino?
be so
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, Lena just gonna be like, I already did my part in this. I don't really care anymore.
Great conviction. As long as things remain civil, there is no need for us to hurt you and really don't want to. So,
All
I'll
right.
do one up even. If you cooperate extensively, then you can come safely to the city, and we'll drop you off wherever you want. All
What do you
needs shall be
know?
attended to.
firstly, what's your...
What was
Oh
that
no,
one?
Froze
Oh,
Land.
no!
No!
Oh, you're back. You're back. Yeah.
I don't know where I cut off there.
What's your, and I'm
It was
assuming
firstly-
name.
I said, what's your name?
Jax.
Jax. May I ask what your sort of rank is among this group?
We don't have ranks for a mercenary company. That's a little more informal than that, but I'm usually sentry.
Okay, well that answers my next question. So this...
Why was your stool booby trapped?
I was gonna ask the same.
Oh, what?
Wait.
It's a sentry measure. If we get taken out, try to fall off the stool, it sends up an alarm. One notifies the other sentries, notifies command.
Told ya.
What?
That's very smart, actually.
Very
It is
smart.
pretty smart.
It's very smart.
I have a question. Have you heard the name Arvis before? That's
I
a
mean, it's
probably
name.
yes. You know who he is.
I feel like there's got to be more than one, right?
Von Hrinth?
There you go.
Sounds like an imperial name.
That's actually useful.
So where are you from?
Empire.
And this group of mercenaries, is this one group of mercenaries that usually works together, or is this multiple groups working together?
Yeah. Just one crew. A big one, though. Normally we're shopped out for more, let's say, militaristic endeavors. We got siege engines, not very common in a mercenary crew.
Yeah.
I do have one thing to say. You said noble pursuit given the history of the city. Just so you know, we overthrew Baron Korvax a while back. The city is not under his control anymore.
Oh, no, but, we just got word that they brought up some Vanguard is apparently like a traitor who murdered their family. So I figured it's probably still all nepotistic and corrupt.
Surely your information must be
That's not right
incorrect.
at all.
Look, I'm verifying the information isn't really my job. This is the stuff they told us to make us feel better about it.
So then, why are you not attacking the Empire? I assume that there's nepotism just rife in there. Even if there's one instance of nepotism
There's less
in the
money
city.
in it.
I don't know. I mean, if you sack the Empire, I figure you're going to get a lot of money.
How many of us do you think there are?
I'm just saying, this seems like a foolish reason for doing this.
I'll have to sleep at night.
That.
Shouldn't.
The reason is the money.
Where did you get that information? This Vanguard?
Oh, God. Heard it, about a week back. I think it came down from Commander Kanan.
Do I recognize that name at all?
No?
Is this, sorry, what was that name? Camden or Kanan?
Kanan.
Kanan. This Kanan, what do they look like?
Oh. Kind of. He's tied, but I'm gonna imagine he can like gesture with the fingers a little bit.
Yeah.
Got some of those things that you got. Similar hair. Good spear. A little gray coming in.
Oh, that's the person I saw.
Right, well, surely this information is not pertinent to the task we have in our hands now, everyone. Okay? So, let's focus on what's really important at the moment. Do you know how much time we have until reinforcements come?
Who said anything about whatever? Probably got a few days.
What do you know what we could do to cause your mercenary group to stop taking on this job? Is there?
You got a lot of money?
I mean, we might.
You also scare them. You know.
It's an option. I hate scaring people, but it's an option.
Ooh, that ship has sailed. Looks around.
Anyway, can we maybe get on more solid ground? Sitting on this boat gives me the ever encroaching feeling that I'm gonna end up in the drink at the bottom of a misty grave.
No, yeah.
Promises are promises. Let's go back. We might have more questions for you later, as long as you keep answering them honestly, then nothing will happen to you.
Of course.
If you behave well, maybe you'll become part of the city and get to live there. Great place.
Second chance.
What you've heard is not
Kind of think
necessarily
that
the truth.
I was gonna say something to that effect. Anyway.
Let's go. Goes back.
And as the boat, as Jake angers the boat back into port, so we're gonna pan the camera out into these trebuchets launching their flaming payloads upon the shield of Valarith. That's where we're gonna leave off for today.
Just one note, sorry, before then. When they've stopped this once the interrogation is stopped, Faris just gets up, goes to sit somewhere she can by herself on the gondola and cannot look at anyone and is just like staring down at the floor and doesn't say anything for the rest of the journey.
That's probably fine.
Excellent.
Ugh.
So, that was today. This was fun.
Oh, was that today?
No, actually, that was yesterday.
Oh,
We're still in shock.
Oh man,
it's valid. The hangover's
We're
gonna
gonna
be
need to order
wonderful.
a lot of pizza.
so many feet.
Make this better.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
We're gonna need to
Can't
order
wait.
like a big pizza.
I'm so scared.
Oh no.
Did they have
Alright.
that 24-inch pizza?
So,
Yeah.
since we're a little over time, why don't we get to the exit? I'm just gonna start
Outros.
myself because I feel like it. So I'm Nat. I'm at Crime Net on the Internet, mostly Twitter. I only got one thing I want to plug today, and it's big news. Coming up Saturday, starting this Saturday, on Command & Chimera, 6 Eastern Standard Time, we're doing the Trio Bright, a Burn Bright game. We're going to get up and close with the end of the universe, the burn, and we're just going to investigate the question of what would you do when faced with absolution and oblivion and death. Also, there's 2 robots in our party of 3, so, like, hell yeah.
Yes.
That sounds.
And the other
valid.
character is a swarm of bugs.
Is I'm sorry. What?
Lovely Izza, and then Werewolf in chat, Adam Ali, is also playing, as well as Drac, who we are super hyped to play with.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm
throw it
playing
to
another robot. Wow.
Really?
Shocker.
That's
Wow.
strange. I'd heard in chat today that you hate them.
Yeah.
Slander. You also heard out loud today that she like murdered her family or something. So don't believe everything you hear on the internet.
Well,
I mean-
allegedly.
Allegedly.
I mean,
No, you actually heard it. There's no alleged to hearing it.
Oh,
no. Well, yeah. Are you done
I'm
now?
sure it's fine. It's fine.
Did you know this was your outro, Nat?
Go, Robert.
Okay. Hi, yeah, no, I'm Robert. I played the Doctor today. You can find me on the Twitters at Voices of Robert, and the Twitch and the other places. Oh, YouTube too, but I don't really, whatever. Yeah. I'm here every Monday at 6:30 EST. No, we're on EST now. EST. And yeah, I'm gonna then just give this to Megan because she's right down there below me.
Oh, hello. Hi, I'm Megan. You can find me most places on the internet to find a person at MeganLynFTW, mostly on Twitter. You can find me here, obviously, on Mondays. You can find me also here. I have a show called Unprepared this month. Now that we're in November, it's going to be the last Tuesday of the month, and I'm going to be playing a game about sad robots. Called Break Up on Reentry. Because the robot feels run deep here. And Iz and I are basically the same person, and it's fine. I also write games, and you can find any of my games at meganlynftw.itch.io. I write a lot of sad games, some of them about robots. So that's what I'm bringing to the table. And yeah, that's it for me. So let's throw it over to my long-lost British twin, who's this way or this way. I never know.
Always your mic.
Robots, Greek mythology, musicals, and trash TV. We were made for each other.
Yes. Curse the Atlantic Ocean.
I know, right? Hi, I'm Izza. You can find me at Evil Clever Dog on Twitter and Instagram. And also now at youtube.com/Evil Clever Dog. I released my first video last Tuesday, and my next one's coming out tomorrow. It's cool sponsored content by Bethesda. So please come and check it out. I'm repainting some Doom Eternal helmets. It's really cool, and I would love it if you would give my videos a watch. And you can also find me... You can also find me on the Asians Represent podcast every third Saturday of the month doing the Critical Read Al Qadim podcast. And the next episode of that will be November the 21st. And you can also catch me on the Trio Bright on Saturday.
Like and subscribe.
Hell yeah. So that's me. And I guess I'm passing it to, I think it's Nunu who's next to me in the thing. I don't have Twitch open.
It is I, yes. Hi everyone, I'm Nunu, play Zake here. Great episode, loved every single bit of it. You can find me online, wherever you find people online, at jnunutex. And also, you can also find my itch.io page at jnunutex.itch.io, where you have a wonderful game you can download there. It's currently half price off, so $1.50 you get a questioning who's the traitor, who's working towards the objectives of the party.
Ooh.
A bit like Among Us. Have you played Among Us? Go and check that game out because it's been doing the rounds. People are
Never heard of it.
I think it's been 5 days, 5 consecutive days in a row in the number 2 place of itch.io popular physical games. So that's really good. If you like it, go there. And there's some community copies still available if you can afford it. After tomorrow, we'll go back to the normal price, which is $3. Anyway, that's it. That's me. Sam, go.
Hey everyone, I am Sam. You can find me on Twitter at TheSamWisest. I'm SamWise_GameG here on Twitch. I'm a disability advocate and I'm the accessibility director here at the Chromatic Chimera. I will be streaming back here tomorrow, Tuesday at 7 p.m. for our monthly game Elsewhere. We are playing an original system by our GM called Clockwork Hearts, so come check that out. It's a high fantasy game. It's a lot of fun. Wednesday, I will be playing in Madame Curios, which is our 13th age game. This is a perfect game if you haven't checked the game out before yet. It's all like short episodic arcs. We're starting a new adventure this week, so if you missed our first 2 episodes, it's a great time to jump in. Our party are terrible. So check that out. And Saturday I will be here in Mysteries of the Mojave, our Monster of the Week campaign. Here at the Chromatic Chimera, we are also very fortunate to have some fantastic sponsors, such as Tabletop Loot, Heartbeat Dice, Artisan Builds, as well as Pelgrane Press. We are now independent broadcasters of 13th Age, so make sure to come and check that out. And we are also proud members of the Roll20 Spotlight program, so thank you, Roll20, for all of your support. They're also the publishers of Burn Bright, so we're really excited to get to like really showcase what Roll20 can do, because I got to play it a little bit in the convention, the Roll20 Con last week, and it's really awesome in the Roll20 app, so I'm excited to see you all get to check that out.
And we're also, nobody mentioned it.
Yes, I'm
we're
getting
also,
there, but you can do it.
Oh,
no, you do it.
sorry.
You do it.
We are also happily Quest affiliates. Yay! So if you, we need to get a command. We need a command for our quest.
Well,
so
it's part
if you
of the
go,
sponsors sheet, so.
Oh, beautiful. So if you use code No Initiative, you can get 10% off of your purchases at adventuregame.store.
Adventure.games/store.
There it is.
Yeah, there's a link in the sponsor sheet as well as in our like panel information, so check that out.
Do it. Quest is amazing.
It is really awesome. I think they might still be sold out of the physical books right now, but they're doing this really sweet thing where you can get the PDF, and if you decide to get the physical book once they're back in stock, they'll take off the cost of the PDF, which is rad.
It's very cool.
So
The entire cost.
Yeah,
I think the store said December
1000%.
is when they are
Okay,
expecting physical
Yeah.
copies. And the last time I checked, because I really want those cards.
They're bringing them back for my
So I
birthday.
keep stocking the store.
Excellent. Yeah, so keep your eyes open. Those will be some really good, holiday gifts now that those are coming up for anybody looking,
And my birthday.
Oh yeah. And
Robert's
Robert's birthday. Get him Quest for his
Yeah, I
birthday.
want 10 copies physical at my doorstep.
Ooh, and I do know though, fun, just information is I'm aware that the Quest folks are working on a screen reader accessible version of their PDF. Which I don't know if that was going to be out this week or next. I know in the very near future. So keep your, make sure to follow them on Twitter for updates.
I believe the main extremely accessible book is out. It's like the monster cards that they're working on right now.
The monster cards, that's what I saw.
Yeah,
you're
Quest game book
right.
for screen reader has been out for at least a month.
I knew I saw something very recently about the screen reader edition, but it was the thread where they were talking about the cards because they need to be like printed in different directions. So they are now making a fully supported and accessible version of the companion content too, which is rad. So scope that out. We are going to go ahead and actually raid our good friends over at Pelgrane Press. Give them some Chimera love and thank you for making us broadcasters. So say hello, and we will be back here tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And No Initiative will be back on Monday at 6:30. And we love you all. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.